Hey there, Drew Rebar, Auditing Reno 911. Thanks for watching the channel. Really appreciate it. Thought I'd share with you a little protest I was invited to the other day to record and hearing with the Nevada Transportation Authority. So, for any of you that have watched my channel for a little while, I own a towing company, and this whole channel started off with the Nevada Transportation Authority. So, if you go back to the very first video, you'll see what happened there with a guy named Dave Gravel and what I believe is abuse of authority in violation of constitutional rights by this state agency. Anyways, this is a story about a bunch of people that got citations for giving rides to other people out to Burning Man. And if you do that in the state of Nevada and you charge a fee, it is a crime. Yep, the police officer, the men with guns and the badges, they will come after you, and they will issue citations and bring you in front of a hearing commissioner. And, well, watch and see how it goes. This is a bit of a long video. Took a bunch of time yesterday. I started to do live feed, and the live feed died when I went inside the building, so that didn't work. Going to break this video up into a few parts down the road. But if you want to spend the time now, you can see the whole thing, what the people that got the citations and were protesting out in the street believed, and what their views are, and what the government officers' views are. Anyways, I appreciate the watch. Thanks much. Like, subscribe, do all that other good stuff, ding the bell, and have a happy day. Good morning, everybody. Drew with Auditing Reno 911. Watching some people doing their protesting.
Hey,
Good morning.
Bruce, how are you?
Good. How are you?
It's very, very nice to meet you. I'm Steve Barnes.
Hey, Steve. Good talking to
You
you.
know what? I tell you what, I can't thank you enough for all the stuff you've done and everything. So trying to get as many people here as we can. The problem is 9/11. The news crews can't make it, so they're going to use your footage, which is a big deal. So thank you so much.
If they will.
Oh, they will. They said they would.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, Valerie said she would.
Oh, okay. I called, what's his name at, is it Colo? Who's
Yeah.
the guy that did the story in Colo? Nick?
Nick? Yeah.
I called him when he first did the story, and I said, hey, do you want some more information on the NTA? He goes, I'll get back to you. He never does.
I know.
I find that most of them are just full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that comes up to 4 a.m., doing this kind of stuff. Hey, Chuck kept leaving up in front of you so they can see him. Yeah.
But, yeah. What time are the hearings?
His hearing, Chris, his at 9 a.m.
Oh, okay. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. So, one of the things he found is that there's a carpooling statute.
Right.
And he's just like, hey, I was carpooling. He was only asking for $300. He goes, if I get 10 people, it's $30 a person. If I get one, it's $300. And then they said, well, how about we give you all that? And he's like, well, I don't want all that. They don't care. They don't give a shit, right? They're trying to entrap. And by the way, where was their warnings, right? You cannot hand out speeding tickets without a speed limit sign. See, there's a stop sign right there. What if it wasn't there? What if that wasn't there?
What if the one-way wasn't there?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, they're right. Exactly. I'm just saying, why is that sign there? There's a one-way. There's a one-way. There's a stop. What if you just suddenly came out and you made a left and they gave you a ticket for well, how the hell did I know? I'm not from here, right? Vaughn Hartung, did you watch that video of him speaking? Did you watch that?
I saw him. I'm not sure which one.
He said, well, we understand that very few people are aware of this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then you're just going to go, gotcha? Why?
Yeah. We'll see what he has. To me, see, I've got personal conflicts because I'm a certificate holder.
But you were pretty confrontational on that one that I saw with that fucking Dave, whatever his name.
Well, he sees my papers before, and
saw that.
You're violating my rights in the Constitution. You're a cop. You're supposed to uphold this. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why I record this shit now.
Yeah.
And I've probably hurt my own financial income.
Oh, I know.
Because of what I've done in recording and broadcasting.
Well, we know that they can give you a soft pass. They can come by once a year. Hey, what's up? Or they can come in there fucking almost every day if they want.
Well, here's what my personal experience is, and I've talked to other tow operators. Limo guys all talk, and tow guys all talk. And I had my biannual inspection here, January?
Yeah.
and it was probably the easiest biannual that I've had in 2 decades.
Wow, really?
And I talked to another guy that owns another company, and he just got his, and he goes, it was smooth, it was easy. These guys aren't being the assholes we've known them to be over the last couple decades.
Wow.
So
Who's this?
a week ago.
You know what? Ever since that fucking NTA, ever since the story came out, there's the whole conciliatory thing with these people.
Well, what I think it is,
Susie.
Vaughn has been good compared to what was going on before.
Well, not in our hearings. He was horrible.
Was he?
It was horrible. No critical thinking. No, just coming in status quo. Hey, first of all, this is the hot, I don't say granny, I say mom.
Hi there. I'm Drew.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Yeah, Drew is world famous, by the way, for standing up for people's rights. This guy is a Mr. Celebrity.
I just report stuff.
Yeah, he does. So since Cola couldn't do it today, they told us to film it. They said they would use it.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna walk up here.
Is this your car over here?
Yeah, I got a bunch of cars.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And Susie's the one that's got this all started.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Drew has a Suzuki. He has when he owns the tow truck company. Hey, there you go. I like your signs.
So did you get a ticket too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was the one that was on the news and the
Oh.
original that was kind of picked up. And I think the granny part ticket, granny gets busted for transporting burners, and they like the title, so made over the New York Post.
Nice.
Stand up right
Yeah, the NTA is an interesting organization.
I'm Susie, Eddie Cody.
Eddie's one of my Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. I'm Drew.
Yeah. And Drew's world famous, and so is Susie. All right. So yeah.
She went to New York. I didn't.
Maybe they can see us through the window.
So let's go up here. But
I've got to lock my car.
oh, okay.
Who's the respondent?
Right there. Hey, Chris.
Chris was messaging me, I think.
Yeah. How's it going? My name's Chris.
I saw you in the news.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris and Drew.
Hi, Drew. I love your work, but that's my next step. My next career as an auditor, because I'm ready for these schools to go hands-on with me.
Go get a camera.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah,
what we're gonna
I'm an instigator.
what we're gonna do at 8:55, we're gonna walk in there with these all the people in their signs too, and Drew's gonna be.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Has Chilton called?
I don't know. Let me check. Let me pull my copy.
So you got a ticket too?
Huh?
So you got a ticket too?
Yeah. Yeah, I got advertising without
Your phone dies. Screw.
advertising blah 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 for rideshare blah 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 without whatever.
Advertising without a certificate.
Yeah, and I got the transportation of passengers without a CPCM.
Yep.
The interesting thing about it is the one thing, if they were on GSR property in the bowels of GSR, they never saw me, first of all, on the Nevada public roadway. Secondly, I never did transport anybody because they intercepted me before I could do it. So that may be conspiracy. There's a lot of little nuances, but that 706A.070 seems pretty clear that you can carpool if you're going to the same destination. But I really didn't know how to interpret the language because it talks about like digital platforms and digital applications that blah, 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 blah. But I'm pretty sure it means if you're posting an ad on a digital platform like Craigslist or something in the carpooling and it, you have a common destination. I'm not like giving people a ride, dropping them off and then pulling off. I'm going to the same place, same destination. And so it says, as you read it, it says you can do that and it doesn't matter if I'm charging money or not. But when the first hearing that I went to, these people just ran me over, they just
They do.
yeah, well,
That's been my experience.
well, you're used to doing what you do, but this is the thing.
Well,
Real nice.
I have a certificate. I own a towing company.
No, but I'm saying you doing with being an auditor, you're used to people just completely disregarding the law and just fucking being idiots. You know,
What the government does.
I mean, there's no accountability. There's no, people don't even want to listen. And this entity is sovereign. Like, they're not civil, they're not criminal. It's their own little thing. There's 4 people appointed to these positions. And, you know, the fact that the judge and the investigators and everybody are all in the same office, a 1,000 square foot office, is highly prejudicial and highly kind of partisan. I mean, how is the water cooler talk going to be when the judge rules against the investigator?
Oh, listen, what we're going to do is
That's
5.
One thing that
I'm going to have to agree with you based on my life experience.
one thing that they did do too is that in the report, the written report that Truitt wrote up, he put in one of my text messages that I responded. First, the Truitt asked me, "Oh, is this a free? Are you doing this free?" And I said, "No, it's not free, but it's not $143 like the Burner Express." And I went on about how I was going to price it out. Anyways, when I said it's not free, I just capitalized the N and not free, like a proper vocabulary and proper diction. Well, in his report, he put all caps now.
Hey, look, get your signs up. Get your signs up.
It's up. It's up.
Get it up. Get it up.
Are you going to go in and report the hearing?
Yeah. If they'll let me in, we'll see what they say.
So you have a tow truck company out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to the.
All these guys know me. I've had
Are you
Connor.
familiar with them or not really?
I'm on good terms, better than I was with the previous administration.
You know Adam Truitt then?
Yeah, Adam's been around for a long time.
So yeah, when they towed my RV, I mean, literally it was towed from GSR to the tow truck company, which is par fucking 4 maybe, because I was back by the driving range, so it's literally across the street. And I mean, they charged me. First, the bill was $1,460 because it was there for 6 days, and then all of a sudden they just reduced it to $550. But they gave me a receipt for $1,450. I paid them $550, but the receipt says $1,450.
See, the towing companies, they're all regulated by a tariff. And you can't charge a penny over the tariff, and you can't charge a penny under the tariff, and if you do, you can get a $10,000 fine, as you're finding out.
What is it, flat tow? I think they did hourly on a big, because mine was an RV.
Okay, so they used the heavy then. And so depending on the size of the truck that they used, the tariff is based off the weight of the vehicle that they towed.
It was a 30-foot Class C motorhome.
Yeah, so you'd have to go look at what the weight factor was. So so I'd have to go read their tariff, but they're only allowed to charge you what's on that tariff.
I saw the NTA breakdown of the flat tow class categories A, B, C, blah, blah, blah. And it seems to me that it was weird because it says like $347.50 for a flat tow for the hour, but then plus a 50% surcharge or something like that. And so it's like, okay, so in reality, it's not $350, it's more like $550.
Right, then you get, and then they've got storage on top of that. You paid an administrative fee, and
Wasn't you that said something about the admin fee? Is that illegal or something like that?
right, because the way they created the administrative fee, it was created by Ewing Brothers and Snap Towing back in 2017, I believe, and they requested a tariff change, and they changed the tariff for the entire state and added those words and put that fee in there to benefit the state. And the way they did it was a violation of what's called the Nevada Administrative Procedures Act. Because what they did is they created a regulation. And they didn't create the regulation in the proper way.
By legislation?
Well, by legislation, number one, because it's a tax by definition. It's a fee. So they had to have a 2/3
Where does that
legislative.
administrative fee show up? On the receipt they give you?
Yeah.
On the written receipt?
Yeah.
On the tow truck receipt?
So from the tow truck company, they should have given you an itemized receipt.
Yeah, there is an administrative fee.
And it's $25.
I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
It will be $25 if they're following the rules. And they don't have a choice but to charge it because the government forces them to. And if they don't charge it, they still have to pay this private, because this private company gives a free service to the government that you as the taxpayer get to pay for.
Are they responsible? Like, if let's say this hearing that I'm found not responsible, but by some fucking wild imagination, are they required to give me my money back for the tow? And for the fines?
I don't know the answer to that. I've never seen that happen.
I wonder how many rulings have been in favor of the defendant in the history of this program.
Do a public records request.
I mean, I'm curious, but that doesn't give me any standing. But I mean, it's interesting to see. I'm assuming it's probably going to be zero.
Do a public records request.
We're with the city supervisor, city hall.
They won't know. The Nevada Transportation Authority is an entity, is a state agency.
Here at the NTA?
Yes.
Do they have request forms in there?
They should. Or you can go on their website, and they've got a form on their website to fill out too. So you can do the request here, do the request there.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, I have a feeling that they just can say, "Oh, there's no request form." There's no. That's what they do. I mean, you don't want any complaints on any of the programs in your office. Just don't have a complaint form.
Yeah. So how this is organized is the Nevada Transportation Authority. Think of the Nevada Transportation Authority like the DMV, or DOT, or any other state agency. They're their own state agency. Actually, there's a whole bunch of
They said there's 4 appointed people.
There's 4 appointed people. The deputy director, or deputy commissioner, or whatever they call that person.
Judge, that's Vaughn. Right?
No. The deputy is the one that actually runs the day-to-day operations. They're in charge of the law enforcement officers. They're in charge of setting the policies. They're in charge of the day-to-day operations, and that person you don't deal with. Von Hartung is the chairman of the commission.
Like the judge.
Right. And then there's 2 other commissioners. And those 3 people, the chairman...
Adam Truitt is a commissioner?
No, he's law enforcement. He's an investigator. So you've got...
whatever it is.
Right. But basically...
There's 4 people. They're appointed. And, I mean, it's just a small little entity that, I feel like they can generate money doing it the right way. Finding gypsy drivers that are swooping in with their little Uber sign and charging money. I think that's what it's designed for. But Las Vegas and Clark County, I mean, they need this type of service. But I just think it's overreach. I actually already created the YouTube channel, and my friends have discouraged me, but my auditor is going to be First Amendment auditing masturbator, because I'm going to bait these fools, and I'm going to say, dude, look, I got a camera right here, but I'm going to provoke you to where you go hands-on with me. That's my goal. So what are you going to fucking do, dick face? Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. Fucking go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck. And you know what? When it comes to the time to get a settlement or go to a jury and they decide how much of a settlement I get, sure, I may not get as much money because I'm antagonizing them, but this should go right along with their training. You got to disregard it. It's my freedom of speech. As long as I'm not causing a disorderly conduct or whatever, I can just whisper to them and say, well, fuck yourself.
Did you watch Chili DeCastro down in Las Vegas?
I've watched all of them. I've watched thousands of them. I've watched.
Chili DeCastro, he got arrested down in Vegas and put in jail for 6 months or so.
Really? How much did he get?
Oh, that's still ongoing.
Yeah, he's going to get a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
The thing is these cops, they just can't. They're not used to being talked back to, and you know, I don't think that I'm pretty good at understanding the
out
laws.
here and get a picture of.
And you know what? I'm over it. I've been in prison about 15 years out of my life. I've done some stupid shit, but I mean, at this point, I don't really care. You know, I'll go to jail for the fucking day or week or month. I don't give a fuck.
There's a reason I do this.
You've been put in handcuffs before, right?
Well, I got arrested for reporting
At the library?
at the Northern Nevada Correctional Center.
Oh yeah, if you go to a parole office, they're not having it. They're going hands
Actually,
on.
the parole office was okay over on Valley Road, if you know where that's at.
Yeah.
They were okay. It was Carson City Sheriff's Office.
And it's amazing because, like, it's totally protected. If these guys never watched an audit thing, I mean, they should train their officers. Dude, if there's an auditor guy, the best thing you can do, not give them any content and just walk away.
Leave them alone.
Look, if I wanted to record and be incognito, I'd have a pen camera. I'd have something that's incognito. I'm doing this.
You wouldn't have all this shit right here.
Yeah. Like, dude, you're falling right into it. That's why I'll tell these cops that, look, you're getting masturbated in broad daylight in the morning on a public. How does it feel to be masturbated on a public sidewalk? Well, what do you mean? Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to bait you into going hands on with me. That's my goal. Let's see if you have any self-control.
8:46. They want you in there at 9?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try to do a live stream on it too and see if it'll
I
broadcast.
just don't know what my kind of defense should be because there's a lot of little points that I'd like to make. I don't necessarily want to argue them. I just want to make them for the appeal process. I feel like, well, you're ready. Sign off. Ready to get some B-roll of the protest?
There we go. I would, if I were you, I'd probably go hit your carpool idea. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but
Yeah, that's what I told him. That's exactly what I told him. I said, look, yeah, it's pretty clear. Yeah, I said, hey, it was just carpooling. In fact, I said $300 if you get 10 people, it's $30 a month.
yeah. And you're all going to the same place. We're carpooling.
Yeah.
We're sharing costs. We're sharing expenses.
Statute. It's okay.
Yeah, as I said, and from out of state, I don't, and by the way, Farm Hartwang even said, we do understand that most people aren't aware of this. Well, then why aren't you fucking telling people? Why are you just busting them? You're like shooting fish in a fucking barrel.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a pretty unique little law. Oh, come on! Yeah. Well, you know what? This is our first rodeo.
I'm going to go put my big camera away, I think.
Oh no, we want your big camera.
Oh, we want the big camera. We want the fuzzy mic boom. We want all of it.
This is easier to hold than this one.
So you take whatever you think's necessary, brew, and then at 8:55 we're walking into those offices with the signs. You first.
So I'm going to do a live stream on this, I think.
Yeah, whatever you think.
The live stream sometimes doesn't work when you go in a building, though. That's the only challenge.
I think maybe it's better to record it because then you'll have it for later.
It's what this.
Okay, you got that.
That's what the body camera's for.
Perfect.
This I try to always keep running, then you rarely miss stuff.
Yeah.
I try to have at least 2 going because then if one fails, you got one backup. But maybe I'll do 3. I don't know.
Whatever you can handle.
Anybody else get tickets? So just 2 tickets then.
There's probably 100 people that got cited.
100 people?
Yeah. So, Susie, you heard on that Monday when you were here, they've gotten 69 people already. That was on the Monday.
Wow.
Where's all the guys that got busted?
Hey, look, this is what's so hard, you guys. Hey, thankfully I have you, Eddie, right, Leland. Get your ass up there. You want to get paid? Come on.
I'll be right back. Good morning, Drew Rebar, Auditing Reno 911. I'm here at the Nevada Transportation Authority, and some people got some citations for giving rides to other people going out to Burning Man here in the Nevada desert a couple of weeks ago. And the Nevada Transportation issued citations because the people were not licensed through the authority to be giving rides in the state of Nevada. So let me know what you guys think. Anyways, we're going to go in the hearing. Let me flip it all around here. There we go.
Welcome inside. Welcome inside.
Sounds good. I'm going live.
All right, absolutely. It's probably an NTA person, right?
Live on YouTube. No, they got California plates.
Oh, good point. I didn't know. So wait a second. I was. They're probably here to fucking. See, they're probably. Susie, do you need to set that for I think what we'll do is, you know where their offices are,
Oh, yeah.
right? So we'll have you like go up the stairs first, and then kind of watch us, and then go. Cool. Yeah, you need a sign. Walk in with your sign. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I love my island. Oh, good for them. Are we all going up there? Yeah, okay. Well, 1 second. Are we going up there? Oh, you didn't know the fact, Chris. Yeah.
Hey there, everybody that's watching so far.
Hi.
Drew Rebar, Auditing Reno 911. I'm doing a live stream from the Nevada Transportation Authority. The Nevada Transportation Authority controls transportation in the state of Nevada. And the people out here have been issued citations for giving rides to people going out to Burning Man a couple of weeks ago. And they're here for their hearings. And I'm going to record the hearings and share with you all what the government's doing. That's the goal. This story was on, I think it was Colo 8 TV here in Reno when it first happened. And the people out here reached out to me and asked me to come down and record this stuff for them.
Hey, Harry. Chuck, we're going in. Well, as soon as you can lead the parade, there's already public enemy number one. I'm gonna go see. Oh, you got white. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
So hopefully we don't lose signal going into this building. Sometimes doing these live streams, you'll lose signals. So I've also got another camera going, and if we lose it, I'll host my other camera here once we're all done.
Are we going in?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
No worries, I'll be right out here.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
let's go.
We'll wait out here in the hall.
Okay.
Because we're gonna be going in the second office here.
That room
Okay.
you were in that, that room now down there.
You guys sign in?
Yeah, I signed in. He's like, oh, they haven't even logged into the thing yet. So I said,
Yeah, it takes a while. It took me like an hour to get in line. Yeah.
That's the thing, they don't care about your time.
No,
They tell you,
Go to work.
they tell you what time to be here, and then they always make you wait, every single time. They pick the day, they pick the time, they pick the place.
Especially people around here. And what they're doing.
Is there any way that I can understand this with these guys too, that they give me the bill now? So that's just,
That's what you're saying. No, they
I mean, they're gonna do what they do.
yeah.
At this point, they
I can't
can't.
believe it.
So I just.
oh, we'll pay Billy. We don't know how much and when.
And
Yeah.
when they
And
say
if you
that,
don't
say
get
when
it,
and when
if you don't get it, it goes up to 10,000.
Well, they were supposed to send me a notice of hearing to his address. They never sent me anything. Did
Yeah.
you get anything about it?
No.
Okay, we've had hearings that they never mailed, they never emailed my attorney, and then we get calls like, where are you? Like, what are we, psychic?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the admin fee. Right here, $25.
Yep.
See, I paid $551.50 is what I paid in cash,
Oh, yeah.
but yet they give me a receipt for $1,400. So I don't know what
Yeah.
that's about. I mean, I'm not going to argue with them. I just wanted to get my RV out.
Right.
This is important.
Yeah, I can take a look at that later if you want me to do that.
Are you on?
Yeah, I'm doing a live stream right
So
now.
this is the ad that I posted. We'll be making several trips daily from the playa to Reno. I can drop you off at Walmart for an hour or so and then head back. Help you. It's supposed to be help you run some errands you might need to do once you're on the playa and need supplies or whatever from town. Think of it as a concierge / shuttle go-to problem solver fixer. Because once people are on the playa, there's an entrance fee and it's hours to get out. And then if you forgot something from Walmart or just needed some supplies, and so that was going to be my goal. And then when you see here, he's got it in his report. It says not free, all caps, which on its surface doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. And then
Hello.
Good morning.
Doing
Life is good.
hi.
Hi, are you Susie?
And so this is the not free on the actual tenant's message,
I'm
not all caps.
Right.
Are
Versus what he wrote.
you ready? Hi.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
ready.
Yeah.
I don't expect too much out of these people, but I'm gonna, give it a shot. Basically, creating a record for appeal. So I don't expect anything to happen in here in my favor. But I'm just gonna create a record.
Jaden, I'm Steve Barnes, owner of Lake Tahoe Celebrity
Nice
Center.
to
Thank
meet
you
you.
so much. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Have you met Drew before?
A few times.
Drew, yeah.
This guy, yeah, exactly. And with your help, what they've done, these innocent people, even Von Hartun said, we understand that most people aren't aware of this. Well, then why not, like I said, you don't give us speeding tickets without speed limit signs. Stop, parking tickets without parking signs, click it or ticket, drinking and driving. We let the public know. We inform. Once we inform, if you then do something, well, you can say, hey, we've had signs posted all over, you can't do this, right? Instead, they entrap, they embellish, they do everything they
No,
can.
he stood right here at the end of this hallway, talking to the Channel 8 guy.
Yeah,
This saddens us so deeply that,
sad.
that these people, but we just don't have it in our budget to do a public service announcement that, this is not okay.
Frank's thing on
I
Craigslist.
was walking by and I'm like, well, don't you worry, because I got
yeah.
everywhere from here to Kingdom.
Exactly. Like you may have a hard time getting something out, but at least you tried.
Yeah.
Did you get one public service announcement anywhere? You're on Craigslist.
No.
You're trolling. Did you ever say, hey, this is not legal? One time? Not one time. So don't give us that crap. You know that. You're shooting fish in a barrel.
You know what they're doing, and it's easy pickings. It's like taking candy from a baby.
And Jaden, I don't mean this as a pejorative, as a put down, but most of these people, Chris, Susie, and all that, they are the people that are essentially living hand to mouth Okay, why? Because they're looking for gas money, they're looking for food money, they're trying to share expenses, right? And that doesn't mean that, you know, the elite, you know, don't care about it, they should. But I'm just saying, this man essentially homeless for 2 days. This woman had her whole life upside down. And and we know there were 69 cases as of Monday. I think there's 100 people that have been in this situation, and mostly the people that can afford it the least, that they can beat up and take care, you know, take advantage of. How bad is it? Now, imagine going outside right now and you don't have your car right now, right now. And then how are you going to get around? How are you going to do your job? These people aren't wealthy people. Does anybody care about that? Right? At least if there's a sign saying park here, you lose your car. Oh,
Yeah, write a citation.
yeah, exactly.
Steve, Channel 4's here, they're gonna come up and talk to you.
You positive? How do you know?
Because the car just pulled up and he asked me.
Oh, cool.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
No, he's gonna come up here.
Oh, you're
Oh, perfect.
Oh, awesome. Way to go.
Yeah, I mean, why can't they just write a citation? They just.
Hey, Drew, don't go there too. I mean, not
Chris.
Is there a I don't know if you know this or not, but is there, public availability to see, is there a names, a list of people that got busted?
There probably is. In fact, inside that room, Drew,
Yeah.
you know that they have on those clipboards, all that there's a way to.
Probably FOIA.
Yes,
It.
okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
They probably make you FOIA it.
No, the other way. The other way. Channel 4 behind us.
FOIA it.
You can't see it, can't see for the forest for the trees.
We're breaking federal law.
Let me take some of yours too.
Henry
Yeah.
and overreach
The famous one.
non-jurisdictional.
What they're doing, they're
Hey, Jake, you didn't put me on your camera, did you?
the people that are no.
God bless our cameras.
How are you doing, Drew?
Life is good. Yeah, the library story will continue.
What's the library story?
Oh,
It's a very long
Sure.
they don't like my camera.
Oh, no. They don't like cameras.
So we're all allowed to do it, right?
Well, you're not allowed to anything until the state.
As many as can fit as a public hearing.
Well,
They wouldn't, okay, so the first part of the hearing, my daughter went in with me because clearly she's my bride. But the news person couldn't come in until after I had done all the stuff.
I believe it's a public hearing.
yeah. Drew, you would know.
Yeah, they wouldn't let
So we have Channel 4 here, we have RDJ here, we have Drew, the three of them, and Chris, and then Susan should be able to go in there.
I think it's a public hearing. I think everyone's allowed to be in there.
They
As long as it's
they
seen.
didn't let the news in.
Well, that's what they said.
Well, you're gonna be filming when they tell you to get out, and then we'll film some more, so. Hey, by the way, we really thank you for being there.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Because let me tell you something, these people are the nicest, most naive people in the world, that's not a pejorative we put down to them. And these people knew what they were doing, okay, and they entrapped these people, and these people, they lost their car, they lost their lives.
Hold on one second, let me talk to one of them who was there. You were there, did it affect you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, hold on one
So what I
second.
did was
Yeah, it affected me. Big time. That's why I'm still here in Reno,
from Sacramento.
kicking the can down the road, waiting for this hearing.
The ride shares.
Oh, the wheels of justice turn slow. too.
People looking for rides. And
Hold
so,
on, I just had to come right here for me.
the people that were
Right here.
offering rides, just
Right,
getting
I can see it.
into trouble, and one of them got back to me.
All right, you look right at me, okay? Check, check. All right, first things first, can I get your name on tape, please?
My name's Christopher Williams.
Spell that for me.
CHRISTOPHER WILLIAMS.
And you went to Burning Man?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to go to Burning Man. I had a volunteer ticket to show up early, and I posted an ad on Craigslist under the rideshare because there was no transportation out to Burning Man until the festival actually starts. And so I had a volunteer ticket, and I'm coming through Reno, and I realized there's a lot of people that need rides. There was no Burger Express or whatever wasn't running at that time, so I put it out on Craigslist. And I was asking $300 whether you have 2 people or 10 people for a ride to Burning Man and back. And I got a response from these supposed burners, and they offered me $600. I said, no, I only need $300, yada, yada. Met them at the GSR. and was surrounded by the NTA officers. They pulled me out of my RV, impounded it, and so I missed Burning Man. I didn't have anywhere to stay because my RV was locked up in the impound. So, they charged me $900 to get the RV out. And the hearing was smack dab in the middle of, the burn. So I didn't get to make it to Burning Man. So there's another $750 for the ticket. And here I am 2 weeks later, kicking the can down the road, not even from Reno, just trying to, take a stand for what I feel, is wrong, wrongdoing by them, lack of discretion and overreach.
What did they say? Like, what kind of, why is this illegal for?
Well, they said that I was operating without a CPCN, which is certified permit for convenience and necessity, something that like rideshare people and taxi cab people have to have in the state of Nevada to transport people. But I wasn't aware of that law, and I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not a commercial carrier. I was just off asking if people wanted to ride and offset my cost to go to Burning Man. That's it. Maybe I'm ignorant of the law, but I just think it's overreach.
What do you want done?
So I'd like to have the charges dismissed. I'd like to get my money back from the towing and the impound fees and whatnot. And I mean, honestly, I'd like a public apology from the commissioner or whoever's in charge of this. And, I'd like the officers to have a little more training and their use of discretion or lack thereof, because not everybody fits into one nice tight category.
Like, so you want this law changed or like?
Well, I think a public service announcement would be good, especially with a big event like Burning Man, when there's thousands of people come, 70,000 people come through Reno to resupply and whatnot. And I don't think it looks good for the city to nickel and dime people. And I just think it's a poor taste, no discretion, and it's kind of a sad state of affairs.
So what are you hoping to do today?
I'm just hoping to establish a record of what they did, the different statutes, and the manipulation of the evidence, and just create a record for the appeal process. I don't expect these people to do anything because they're all in a tight little office, 1,000 square feet, and there's 4 people that are all on the same team. I don't expect to get any kind of positive result.
Yeah, are you hoping that they will reach out, try to figure out what can be done?
Well, I'm hoping that they will, and hoping that they'll really take a good look at my case and the details of it and realize that, they could be a little bit more lenient and give me a warning or try to remedy the situation by giving me my money back or just some kind of a public apology. I don't really know what to expect, but I don't expect too much out of it.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you much. Is there a hearing going on in there?
And you slept on a park bench.
I did.
Yeah.
And I met this guy. I was out sleeping on a bench the first night because I didn't know what to do. My RV was locked up. I had nowhere to go. I met this guy, told him my story. He gave me the keys to his condo and said, "Stay as long as you like."
Oh, okay. So, like, is there a hearing in there?
Yeah, it's out here.
Gonna be on there.
You
They don't wanna
it's
do
the
that.
same as if you ask your friends if you want to go to Burning Man, you want to pitch in on the gas.
Exactly.
It's basically
Exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they probably didn't because you guys were out.
Exactly. So.
Isn't that right, Steve? Isn't that like, I mean, it's basically asking his friends if they want to go to Burning Man to pitch in on the gas.
Yeah.
It's like a public
Yeah.
asking,
All right,
right?
well, I gotta get back to work. You guys have a good one, okay?
Thanks for
God
being in
bless
touch.
you guys.
What's your first name?
Nathan. Yeah.
Did you get a ticket too, Nathan?
No, they tried to get me, but they didn't, they couldn't, too fast, you know?
So what we're saying regarding these people,
Oh, no. What happened with the hearing?
it hasn't gone on yet.
Oh,
I want you to interview Susie. She's the original. She's the one that was on channel Colo News. She's
oh.
the one. She is the.
Oh, that's okay. I got him, so.
Okay.
Because I got his, pretty much the same type of stuff.
Yeah. The main thing I just want you to know is that Von Hartung said that he understands that most people aren't aware of this. So why not inform? It'd be like giving out speeding tickets or those speeding.
Hold on 1 second. I don't want you to repeat again. Hold on 1 second, okay? All right. Oh, no. Here, let me get John tape.
Williams.
You want in the administrative?
You want Williams?
Right here, you left in this door right here.
You know, also, she should be interviewed because they kind of muscle her
Yeah,
and muscled her, like they treated her like she was a bank robber.
yeah.
Right.
And that was
That's how they affect those things.
super intimidating,
So-
like,
That's like any other thing that they do.
Yeah.
right.
So let me just say this.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Get you on tape, okay? Hold on 1 second there. All right, first, can I get your name?
Yeah, it's Stephen, Stephatn, Barnes, Barnes.
And you're with?
I'm with Lake Tahoe Sudbury Transportation. I own the company.
Okay.
I'm a very concerned citizen of the state of Nevada. Their insurance and people come to visit us.
Gonna do media requests in there?
Before we name.
Very, very important.
He doesn't know.
How's it going? Good. How are you? Can we record that
I think so.
for media request? I'm being media today, not my other job.
Yeah, I'm just a phone guy, so, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
That'll be for one of the investigators to tell you.
Okay. Or who's doing the hearing?
Someone down in Vegas.
Oh, it's gonna be Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vaughn's not doing it.
Oh, yeah, Vaughn's not even here.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I kinda wish he was.
Yeah, but you got the RGJ here, you got, not just a YouTuber guy. Although the YouTube's getting more views than those guys are nowadays.
Oh, yeah. It's so much more popular.
Yeah, it's real. We're live. There you go. Say hi. See you later. Okay, appreciate it.
And, you know, Burning Man's going on for like decades and decades.
Yeah,
And you figure somebody would get the message out like, hey, this is kind of, you cannot do this or
yeah,
do it some other way.
yeah. I think they're not interested in informing the public. What they're interested in is catching people, playing the gotcha game. And there's no reason for that. It's one thing if you would say, hey, there's public service announcements everywhere on social media, there's signs, things like that. Okay, then. But there's none. There's none. And then you charge all these people all this money. It's crazy. And unfortunately, ironically, Von Hartung said that people need to be aware of these statutes. When they have a statute, they're the only state in the nation that violates federal law. Federal law says if a trip is pre-booked, pre-arranged, and prepaid, it's interstate transportation. I've had 3 cars impounded that followed federal law. So they on one hand, they punish the people that don't know about state law, and then they ignore federal law. The only state in the nation that doesn't.
Okay, it looks like it got cut off a little bit when I went further in the building, so we'll try it again here.
Second half.
Before, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to.
Yes.
When you're telling your
It will be a long. What's that? Bring everybody in. Hey, is there anybody I can talk to on camera from you guys? You have to talk to the PIO, information officer.
I like that.
That's a great idea.
I think she still has to do it, but I'll talk to her. Yeah, we can get some question. I'll see the chairman. Okay, yeah, oh, yeah, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now see if the chairman can do it.
This is. Okay, we can talk to the chairman, see if he wants to.
Yeah, Von Hartung.
Yeah, or PIO, that's who we deal with, but
Yeah.
if we want our tongue.
The chairman was the one that was on the interview that I did with the channel. He was the one that stood up with it disheartens him that they don't have the budget to let people know that this isn't legal.
Yeah, it doesn't dishearten him to
Yeah.
destroy people's that aren't
But
informed.
isn't the chairman who sets up the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did everything. Here's my card.
Thank you, thank you.
Can I get your cell number so I can reach out?
No, it's, I don't have a cell.
Okay. Our number is, okay.
It's just channel 4.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
No problem. We appreciate you being here.
Right.
This is only the beginning. Burning Man's gonna be going on for a long.
That's a good point, that they don't have the budget to, create a public announcement.
Oh,
They
so
they have the
expensive.
budget to send these people out to bus people.
It's so expensive to put a social media posting, just so you know. This is illegal in the state of Nevada. We understand you don't know, but now you do know. Then they could point to this and say, how many social media posts, if they've done that, it's free. Social media posting is free. right? It costs no money. It's just a little bit of effort, and then they can say, "I busted you because you know it." Yeah, if you're gonna bust me, at least make me know it, make me aware of it. They made no effort to do so. None. None.
Not much, unfortunately. She gave me some stuff, but not. She's, yeah.
So Chris is in there and is here?
He's in the room right now, and there before he goes over here. Yeah.
That's what the hearing is you're on video, a video television hearing with Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, so it's closed circuit.
Yeah, there's big screens in there and you're talking to their attorney and then the lady and then the chief guy, who's ever in charge, comes and sits down and he tells you what's gonna happen to you.
So what happens, it's a lot easier to be punitive to somebody remotely than like this.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
So Vegas is the powerhouse out of this. There's 3 commissioners. One is the chairman, who was appointed by the governor, Von Hartung.
Yeah.
Okay, then Don Gibbons was previously appointed. Then you have another
Yeah, the door's open. Yeah.
commissioner, David Gruber.
Yeah.
And so what happens is well, they generally have one for this.
Yeah.
Then we have one. Okay, and it's rotating. You never know which one you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go get my tripod, see if they,
Okay.
that's the only way to shoot.
I'll watch that for you, but.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. What was your name again?
Cozy.
Cozy. Yeah. And this is essentially, they decide all the rules. They decide whether something can be administered. My hearing that I had, I spent $30,000, brought in J.J. Keller, the authority on transportation. You know J.J. Keller, right? I brought in Gina Heisel, and she was not allowed to hardly speak. She was there to testify on my behalf and saying that this is the one state and nation, so.
No, they tell you, they ask you, do you have a lawyer? Because if you have a lawyer, we can't even talk to you today.
So I asked the front desk guy who should know if it's a public hearing. He says he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they should know. So anyway, because I paid her $10,000 to come out for J.J. Cutler to give it a presentation. They cut her off. They said, no, it doesn't apply in Nevada. And she said, look, with all due respect, Nevada is the only state in the nation that violates federal law. The only one. Their trip is pre-booked, prepaid, pre-arranged, right? Coming in from out of state, 2 modes of transportation, by air and then by commercial motor vehicle. That is by federal statute, which is what the licenses we have. That is interstate transportation. And they say, no, we don't know. If it's any point in Nevada, regardless of that. And she said, look, you're violating federal law. No, not in Nevada, we're not. And she said, you're the only state that does. They don't care. And then Von Hartung's over here saying, we know the public doesn't know about these things, but we have to do these punishments. Well, wait a minute. The public doesn't know about these, and you're punishing these innocent people, naive people. You know about the federal law, and you're just being the only state in the nation that ignores that. You think that's a little hypocritical? Is that not the epitome of hypocrisy?
I think it's a master fundraiser for the NTA.
It is.
I think that Burning Man has open hunting season for them, for innocent people.
It is.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly. They're making no effort to inform you. Okay? If I told you lean up against that wall, you're going to lose your car. And you said, well, I didn't know. Well, I know most of the public doesn't know that. If you come in and you lean against the wall, you lose your car. Like, well, holy shit. Where was the signs? No one even told me. I mean, this is how stupid it is, right? You didn't know, right? So you can't do that to people.
so yeah, he just ran me over.
You what?
He just ran me over. He's like, we want to see if you want to make a deal. I said, I don't really want to make a deal.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I said, the only deal I'll make is I'll plead guilty to whatever, but I'm not paying any more money.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, okay. And he just gets all,
My advice is I wouldn't even do that.
Oh, yeah, tell Cozy.
I wouldn't even tell Chris. I wouldn't even tell that. Just say, change my mind. I'm not guilty. I'm guilty.
I told him, he says, I said, I'm here for no CPCN and the advertising thing. And he's like, well, you're here for not having a CPCN. I said, I don't need a CPCN.
Yeah.
I'm not a certified carrier.
Look, Chris, there's not much more they can do to you. Okay.
No, they don't have any.
Is that what my upcoming fine was for the CPN?
Chris, let me tell you something. If you plead guilty, they will hold that against you. I've done it 3 times.
Yeah.
Only because they say,
The thing is,
$1,000 if you say you're guilty, 30,000 if you don't.
and he told
Like,
me
well,
that
okay.
he told me that I'm not allowed to have anybody in there right now, but in the public hearing I can. I'm like, well, what about moral support or somebody be in here?
Yeah.
No. And that's the thing is they just run you over.
Yeah.
They let me take my daughter in, so I'll go in with you.
He gets all snooty. Oh, we're trying to work with you. We're trying to give you a deal. Oh, great. Yeah.
No, you say
Deal with the devil.
You say no deal. I'm innocent.
Deal or no deal? No deal.
You say I'm not guilty. Look, I didn't know something.
Yeah.
They don't have any standing anyway.
And then say, look, I was doing carpooling. That's it.
Hit me with your administrative fees. I'm not even from Nevada.
Exactly.
Suck it.
Yeah.
There's no standing. They don't have a remedy. They can suspend my license in Nevada. They can suspend my registration in Nevada. I'm not from Nevada. What do I care? I have an Arizona
I want
license.
you to meet one of my other drivers and partner, John Bowen over here.
What's up, guys? How are we doing?
So this is Drew. He's with Audit 911, which is world famous and all the stuff he's done. Of course, we have Channel 4 News right here in Fox News here filming everything, and then we have Jaden from the RGJ, who's done just unbelievable work. Everybody has. And thank you for getting the word out, because we just want justice. We want our state to be tourist friendly. We don't want them poaching and hurting people. That's why I got
intimidating people.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
straight intimidation.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Adam Truitt in here who's 6'5", 230. He's a big guy, and he stands over you, and he's the judge, the jury, and the executioner because he's the investigator. So he's got a dog in the race. I don't feel like I should have to negotiate with him because he's in the game. I mean, there's no partisanship.
This is the man that when I got busted at 6:30 in the morning, and I was just standing there shaking, and my daughter rolls up. My daughter's 6'1", she's a beautiful blonde girl, and she's at the window down, and she's looking at him. And he walks up to her, and he goes, "You don't look happy." And she says, "Of course I'm not happy. You're impounding my mom's car at 6:30 in the morning." And he goes, "Well, I was going to give your mom a deal, but if you're going to give me an attitude, then maybe I should reconsider."
Go ahead.
And I looked at him, and I looked at my daughter, who's a fire pig. And I'm like, "We're gone. We're out. I don't know what's happening here, but we're out." It was so gosh darn scary. The way that they treated him.
6:30 in the morning too is just insane. That's the insane part.
He reached, I rolled my window down, I pulled in, and I had it fixed so you could go the way, so I went the wrong way, and I pulled in, and then I was gonna back out so I could turn around, and he pulled up behind me, and then I went to go forward, and he honked at me. And I'm like, what does this guy want from my car? He wants a parking place? And so I stopped, and he jumps out and runs around to my window.
Are you
We're
going down the gate
all
here?
around. And one guy went to reach inside my car, and I'm like, up there. What is happening?
Peacefully.
He tried to get your
My
keys?
car off. I don't have keys. It's a push button.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
He's not allowed to do that.
They are not allowed to do a lot of things. They did.
Yeah.
They took my registration and my insurance and they kept it so that I couldn't get my car
As long
out
as
of the
they
tow
can do
yard.
whatever they want
So
to do.
you have to come
and there's no
and give them
recourse.
ransom money. So that
Everything
they
they do is they get the
your
wink turned on, like
information,
that's
but you
okay.
can't
That's
get your
okay.
car out
No
without
matter
it.
what
You
they
think
do.
that's important, man? That they reach in your
What's that?
car? Like, that's
Well, this is what we have to, this is what we're doing.
We're trying to figure it out. We'll ask them, like, hey, you want,
He's not, that's illegal. Even cops aren't allowed to reach in your car like that.
Yeah.
So the
He was aggressive. They were so
new
aggressive.
battery and the same problem.
At the same time, he was just like hyped up too, just like really just like,
Like you said, like on catnip. There's just
yeah,
nothing
they
we
were all
can
on
do.
catnip.
You
They were
know,
all just
it is what it is.
pumped up and
Fixed now, but I
excited,
didn't need a new alternator.
aggressive.
I needed a voltage was $15.
And they know, I think that by the three of them
They said we
being
can't
there,
do anything for
and
you.
all
Right.
surrounding you
So
with
literally the
clipboards
next
and
day I went to my
$10,000
uncle's, I
fines
put a
and
sign,
big badges,
and I
that
put
you're just gonna like
boys
melt in your
robbed.
shoes. You're like, what is
I
happening?
literally was out
They
on
don't
the
know
corner
what's happening.
for like 10 minutes and the manager comes up and says, what's wrong? I said, I was here yesterday. Just put down the sign. Come on in. And they fixed it in like 10 minutes, gave me my money back, and sent me on my way. Because they didn't want, it's not worth it. Even if they're not really responsible, they don't want the bad publicity. And sometimes this is what it takes to get change. I mean, these people, they just run you over. They make the rules. The guy that's at the front office here, he should know if I can get a FOIA request. It's the NTA. And he should know if it's a public hearing. He does know. But he's just kind of playing dumb. But I mean, either he needs more training or, he's not telling the whole truth.
And I think it's the latter. I mean, obviously he knows. Come on, it's a simple question. That's something you should learn on the day one. I don't know how many years he's a nice guy. He's nice enough, but I think he's just following orders from headquarters.
Well, you would think after Susie was here, 10 days ago, and had the press here and the media here, that there was a precedent set. You know, that media does show up and people do show up to support her, and that, so they, in other words, they just did this, right? So then whatever it is that you can do or can't do, they should at least be able to tell you that.
And you know, it's interesting because I asked Adam Trude, I said, oh, he's like, oh, we're just here to talk about the hearing before the hearing. I said, oh, you guys, we're here to talk about the dismissal. He's like, oh no, that's not going to happen. Well, how do you know? How do you know if you're not the judge? I mean, you already know. You're telling me it's not going to happen. How do you know? I haven't had a chance to talk to the attorney that you're telling me I'm going to talk to.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
You know why, Chris? It's a fait accompli, which is a done deal before it even started.
They already know what they're going to do.
Exactly. So then why even have the hearing? Right?
Well, to create a public record. That's the only reason.
Why not just give you the punishment?
And this is the thing, they want to go in here and kind of intimidate and be like this when there's no cameras and when you're off the record. But when you're on the record, they have a completely different tone.
Well, you can turn your phone on and record it.
Oh yeah, I had it recorded.
And when you go into the hearing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you do that, and Susie, if you go in as well.
Yeah, if they'll let me in.
And Drew, if they'll
Here's
let
the
you in.
hearing.
Yeah, okay, so you're gonna go talk to the attorney for the state.
That's it.
And he's just like the last time, he's gonna tell you, this is your opportunity before you go to the hearing. If you'd like to make a deal. I'm just here to explain it. If you don't, then we'll go to the hearing.
No,
And we'll just
you have to
discuss,
say a public comment.
did you have a CPC
I think
yet?
so, I know.
And do you need one?
I haven't done this before.
That's my point. Okay.
It's just like a city council meeting, you know.
Okay, great. Okay.
We can just walk in there.
If they want to just let things go. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna go talk to the attorney for the state.
So it's a hearing before the hearing.
He's just like the last
Off the record.
He's gonna tell you, this is your opportunity before you go to the hearing.
It's like playing poker. Let me see your whole cards, and then we'll go sit down.
So he's the investigator, the agent, right, who's literally trying the case, literally negotiating the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they put this off for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what's happening now is they're in there talking and they're on the phone with Vegas. Because when I showed up with the news, it just scattered them like
Oh, yeah,
mice.
no, they hate it.
And so right now they're trying to get their stories right, and they're in touch with their office trying to figure out how to handle the news media and the amount of people and the whole thing.
I don't need a CPCN. I'm not a commercial carrier.
So here's the other thing, maybe make a
I
statement.
don't even think I could get a
Let me
CPCN.
make a statement. All law enforcement people, including these people, should be after just two things: truth and justice. That's it. And by truth and justice, they shouldn't have to huddle up to discuss truth and justice. Truth and justice is something that
Conspiring.
comes right from the heart, right from the knowledge of the law. Speak it. You should be willing to say it right in front of the cameras, right in front of everybody. And if in the course of pursuing truth and justice, if someone's guilty, so be it. If they violated something, so be it. But, you know, have some public service announcements, things like that, and let the chips fall where they may. Why are they huddling up to win? Why? They shouldn't care about winning. These are referees. You only care about making sure that the game is played correctly and that both sides have a chance to explain what happened to them. They don't even have, you know what they really need is an ombudsman. An ombudsman.
They need a judge.
Yeah, well, an
in
ombudsman.
a different building.
Well, sure, they need an independent judiciary, but at least, at the minimum, you should have an ombudsman that is there like a public defender that says, okay, let me hear everything you have to say. That's, because you can talk to an ombudsman for an hour. You go in there, you got 2 minutes.
They need
They can digest it,
less ego.
and then they can go in as your advocate to support you, at least make that case. They don't. They run rapshot over you. They make you nervous. They know exactly what they're trying to corner you into doing, and you have no ability really to fight them and to say it. And everything leads right back to, well, you're guilty of this, you're guilty of that. Not good.
I'd like to play this without any talking in the background, just so the camera can hear it. Because if there's any talking, it's kind of.
Oh, you can't shoot that way. You can't shoot. Yeah.
No, but I'm just going to play the audio.
And if you email it to me, I'll.
If you'd like to make a deal, I'm just here to explain it. If you don't, then we'll go to the hearing and we'll just discuss, did you have a CPCN? And do you need one? That's my point. Okay, then we're done. We're done. All right, great. Okay.
That was quite the
If they
hearing.
want to, just let things go. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna go talk to the attorney for the state.
The impound fee is 10 grand a pop.
Yeah, and then let's see here. These guys are just, they taking it too personal. Like, just let it go. Admit that it was overreach and, you know, you probably didn't use it best, and maybe I was riding the line. But let it go, dude. Let's relax.
Okay, now generally, you're not gonna be fixing that much, okay? But if you saw your car being taken, they push you aside, they search your car, and then tell you it's 30,000. Susie went home, Chris went home, and I'm sure
Read number
100 other people
two.
went home going, oh my God, right? Imagine that, you lose your car, search your car, and now you're looking at $30,000. Okay, why did they have to say that? They can say you could be facing up to that.
Person who provides a digital network or software application service to enable persons who are interested in sharing expenses for transportation to a destination commonly known as carpooling,
They want you going.
to connect with each other regardless of whether a fee is charged by the person who provides a digital network or
If you saw your
software
car
application
gone, you saw it
service.
searched and pushed aside, you didn't
That's
send your car.
what
And then it says, regardless of whether a fee is charged by the
Why do they
person
say
who
that?
provides the digital
Because they
network
know
or
they
software
do.
application
One really
service.
hurt
I had
They're
elevated
not out to be
transportation.
empathetic in any way, shape, or form. And I
That's
think that's very
NRS
sad.
706A.070.
Joe Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can
Did we
contact me.
read that?
Yeah, did you have his phone number?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right,
No, it's just call the office.
I will.
And they'll transfer you to.
I will.
I'll give it to you.
You know him too, right?
I've got Joe's number.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I think they're gonna say.
Because
Because I don't think you're gonna get anything from him right now.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
Most importantly, though, what we want, we don't ever want to see another unique person have this happen to. At least post your signs, at least post your PSA. Look, we can't do them anywhere, you can do them somewhere.
That's gonna get-
If you can't do 1,000 postings, you can do 10.
This-
If you can't do 10, you
This
can
is
do
the very
one.
beginning of
That's
the
how many they
chapter,
did.
706,
Zero.
which is the
Zero.
whole CPC
And you're
info.
acknowledging
And it
that
says
the
that
general
there's
public
only
has no
two
idea of this. Well, then that means,
where the
then why are
people
you
are
busting
exempt.
these people then?
Yeah.
If they have no
One is
idea of
is a
something,
contract
what gives you the
carrier
right to
providing
do that?
transportation services.
Right, without, this thing
With the
brings
Department
in,
of Health and Human
what,
Services.
$100 million of money to our state, 50 million, whatever
The
it
other one
is.
is a person who provides
And they're
digital
welcome
network
guests
or
here.
software
Every single
application
person in this
service.
area, whether you're renting cars, whether you're hotels, whether you're restaurants, bars, transportation companies, dry cleaners, I mean, everybody benefits from these people. Many people have never been to Lake Tahoe before, because of Burning Man, they go to the lake. And then tell other people, and then on it goes. This is a worldwide event, and you're hurting tourism for a few $1,000s taken from the people that can least afford it. That's not right, that's not good, and we need to stand up against the tyranny of government and say, that's not how you do things. You're here to regulate things, not just to be so punitive against people. It's sad.
Because it's really dry reading and when you're reading statutes.
Yeah.
But somehow this thing came up and it was exactly, I should ask AI to interpret that. I wonder if it could
They
interpret it
busted
into
69
layman's
people
This is what they do.
sharing rides to
Remember,
Burning
they pick the
Man.
date, they pick the time, they pick the place. This is not their first rodeo.
I bet you these
Okay,
guys are
so
gonna
if they're not about truth and
wait for
justice,
hours.
they're huddling up in there for it.
Yeah,
That's how
service
you need to know,
announcement
right?
or
Because if
any
they
sign,
did, they have nothing to fear.
We
Right?
should
You do this all the time.
honestly,
Just because you're here, Channel 4 and Fox News is here, and Drew is here, why do you now suddenly, I guarantee you, if you all weren't here, we were here at the sign, this would have been done, what time is it now? Anybody know?
I have a feeling.
Okay, this is supposed to take place at 9. Okay, 37 minutes to do what? Are we launching the space shuttle?
No, I have a feeling it's gonna be several, I have a feeling honestly, it's gonna be hours.
No, but I'm just saying, are we launching the space shuttle?
No.
Right? T-minus, whatever,
It's
we
a
have a
battle.
leak.
It's a battle of attrition, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I honestly think maybe we should order some pizza because I honestly think it's going to be after lunch.
There's several. Yeah, I will have to head out by
No,
10. but-
no, we know that, and look, we so value you. We so value you.
I'm just going with my gut. I'm saying it's going to be a couple few hours. It's because they don't want this.
clips I can get to collect it all, put it into a file over.
I'm gonna shoot your story. My son, he's been with more and Fox and all the big shows for some time. So I made a lot of time watching. I just don't know if this is good. So I'm gonna just send your story out. Not that
and I'm gonna donate to his GoFundMe.
Well, it's not about me.
Yeah, granted, I'm being attacked by the NTA for my legal license. I'll talk and send you some more about that later.
I mean,
But, you know, it's like, with these people, it doesn't surprise me. Cool. Because if this doesn't stop them.
And now from here forward, it's just about, like, bringing awareness to basic, accountability agencies. I believe that's hopefully elected by the public.
Hey, whatever they're paying is not enough. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. Again, we'll let Joe Hart.
That's really important what you said,
I appreciate it.
That the commissioner guy said, you know,
Police department.
it breaks my heart.
That's where I'm going.
We can't thank you enough.
I just looked out my window.
Can I help you carry something out?
Sure. Being out there.
You got our new.
I live in Washington.
What's that?
We got our new phone number.
You haven't been evacuated yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And you can see how important this is.
How's it going, man?
Hey,
How are you guys doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
You guys know Jaden?
Everybody, if you're coming into this hearing, you need to listen.
Channel 4. Channel 4 is here, not Fox News.
Okay, the commissioner, this is a public forum, so the commissioner, you were all welcome to come in there for the hearing. Signs will be left out here during the hearing. This isn't a forum for public comment, it's a hearing between the commission and the respondent. Just so you guys are all aware, okay? If people start talking when they're trying to get this hearing done, the commissioner can have you escorted out. You're more than welcome to sit in, but conversation is between the authority and the respondent. I just want to make sure that's clear so we don't get in there and things get out of control in any way, okay? Let's keep it professional and civil, okay? As long as we all know. They're taking care of a hearing in Vegas and then they'll have us in there in a few minutes.
Roger that.
Okay? All right.
Cool, thank you.
And just so you guys know, you're being recorded by me saying that.
What?
So, you know,
There's 6 cameras.
everything is good.
Can I borrow
When you
your
take my brother's married 5 guys. He's a firefighter. He's like the hot, you know,
Can I get your
whatever in shape.
my report?
And he just, you know, loves him and leaves
So the thing you might want to delve
another
into
15% of his pension.
is how does the NTA get funded?
He gets like $57 a month for his,
Yeah, is it not through the
he
legislature?
literally gets like $2,000.
Go look into it. Go look into it.
Do you already know?
Kids from 5 different
I'm a
lives.
certified, I have a CPCN, I own a towing company.
Oh, okay.
They regulate me.
Okay.
So this, what that was about was,
Oh, with your own, okay. Interesting.
Interesting time to bring that up.
I'll have to look at it.
so I have a lot of insight into this organization.
Yeah, very interesting.
Okay, the truth says
Yeah.
you're guilty.
Okay.
But I'm trying to let this speak for itself as opposed to my personal views.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not trying to win. We're referees. We're trying.
They're public people, they should want to.
See, the way that I feel politically is my industry, the transportation industry, should be open so everybody can go make money.
Yeah, considering what's.
On the other hand, the laws in the state of Nevada have made me
You just have to enforce.
able to take time off and go do this.
Use the word personal. Stick to the word personal.
So,
By the way, want everybody to know,
But-
this is higher knowledge right here.
should people be able to give people rides,
No, he is. I mean, I'm.
personal
not
freedom?
Because he comes up with some really.
My personal
salient
opinion
points.
is,
We could be talking for
oh, yeah.
hours and hours and hours.
But
and then
the
out
law
of
doesn't agree
nowhere
with my
come
personal
a few
feelings.
words of wisdom. This is why
And
he's
again,
come
how is
with
this agency
higher
funded?
knowledge.
Yeah.
And I think that's the real problem that I see, because I've been a carrier for 20 years.
Parsons Church sits.
And they
in
get,
its own-
I'll tell you, you can go investigate, but they get federal funds and they're funded from the fines that they issue.
Expression, some other.
Okay.
So the more fines they issue, the more
The more money
money.
they get.
What you're
Okay,
describing is like.
interesting.
Fake
I'll have to
until you
look
make
into
it.
that, 'cause that's interesting.
And that to me just breeds corruption.
And they're like upside down, thousands and thousands, and they got their first kill, and it's like, yes!
Yeah.
And that's how every one of them is, every
Yeah.
time they interact with people.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
they
how it
just,
is.
they just go in there, they run you over, they don't let you speak.
And
They-
so these
even if
people
you
can
do
affect
speak,
my
They're
life.
not listening, they're
No.
on to the
Yeah.
next thing.
No,
They interrupt you when you're speaking at a hearing, and I went through this last time with Vaughn and Truitt. I was talking to the hearing officer on TV, and I was talking to her, and Truitt chimed in, and I said, Truitt, relax.
Yeah.
You know, don't interrupt me. And then the judge, who we're off the record, he should have just been sitting there waiting to be on the record. He hits his gavel like 5 times, really hard. Bah, 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 order. I said, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he's like, I'm the judge. I said, I don't care. I'm talking to this lady.
Yeah.
And who am I talking to right now? And then he settled down and let me finish my conversation. But they'll run you over if you let them. People will treat you how you let them treat you.
Yeah.
If you stand up in the beginning, then they're okay, well, this isn't the guy who we're going to hold with.
I appreciate it, thank you.
I question authority. The thing is that they're so insecure about their jobs. That's why they say it's the transportation authority, because they don't have any. They create their own authority. The only authority they have is in their name. It doesn't hold any water with me. It's not civil. It's not criminal. It's you have administrative authority. So go file something. Go do some data entry. I mean, there's no remedy.
I heard that they have as much authority as the sheriff's office.
No, they can't arrest you.
Oh, really? Huh. Is that
It's an administrative office.
Like if I hadn't gotten out of my car that day.
They would call PD.
No, they are peace officers under Nevada law.
Yeah.
They've got full.
Roll up the windows and whatever, because I try to keep my RV clean.
Sure.
And if you have the windows down in a tow truck yard, it takes, what, 1 day
And a dusty
before it's
tow yard.
blasted. And he says, oh, don't worry, we'll secure it. Of course, when I went back to the RV and picked it up, windows are all the way down. You know, didn't take the time to just roll the windows up, you know, of course.
But we should research, are they even allowed to search your vehicle?
Well, they justified it as inventory. And, you know, they need
No, they
Yeah,
told me,
I think
they
they
told me
should
it was
just-
probable cause.
For what? It's not a criminal.
I know.
There's no criminal.
Because I was giving rights to Burning Man, I was.
You can't establish probable cause. It's not a criminal complaint.
Right.
It's an administrative complaint. So probable cause, and you know, the Fourth Amendment is, you know, the right to, you know, not be searched your person and your property.
Yeah.
And then there's no probable cause. It's not a criminal.
I had to read something, there were forms, and I went to reach into my car to get my glasses. They were all on me, no,
Yeah.
you can't get back in your car, you can't.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
stop it.
that's how they were with me.
I just need my glasses.
I wanted to get my smokes and my phone, and I went to reach in, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're gonna get your drugs out.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, I still did. Suckers.
And by the way, I want you to say this, if you can, just say, hey, just so you know, because you delayed this so much, half the press had to leave. Half the press had to leave, but guess what? We still have enough press here, okay? And it will all be shared on a common feed. And so you try to wait us
And I
out.
appreciate Drew being here, creating this record. And this is the thing. I have a knack for intuition and gut feelings, and I'm usually right. And I have a feeling that this hearing is not going to happen until after lunch. I'm dead serious.
Crazy.
Would it surprise you?
There's no one in there. Yeah.
So the hearing's at 9. What's a reasonable time to wait?
What's our
They're between 9 and 3. Like I said, Jamie.
Yeah, like the cable.
Care about
And then they call it
justice.
2:30. You know what? Check it out.
If you set a time
What
to your
happened
office,
was our
and you said, okay, you want to meet,
take a half
something
day off.
like as routine as this is for them, you pick the date, the time, and the place. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay. This shouldn't even be that. You should be ready to go.
Me?
This is
I
just
own a
telling
towing
us
company.
Channel 4 left.
So I'm
Okay,
regulated.
They work here. They know.
Agency.
You have to.
I wonder if
They
can
know.
you
So you
call
just
me?
do
Right?
this on the side?
Thankfully, Jim's gonna be ready.
Because
But I'm just saying, there's no
actions they've taken against me.
Is there 100 people?
I recorded a meeting
Or
with
did
one
you see
of
anybody
their
there?
investigators.
You see anybody in that room?
Yeah.
It's for
And
him.
I put that on
You need all
YouTube, and
this
that's what
time.
started the whole thing.
Yeah, good for you. Good
Just
for
tells you all
you.
you need to know. doesn't it?
I've got
Yeah. They're nervous. They're
conflicting
not-
opinions
they
about
don't
this
dig
whole
yourself. They
thing.
know the public is involved.
I'm very aware of what all the laws are because I'm NRS 706 you're finding out about.
And it's not just these people.
That regulates
many
how I
other
make my
innocent
money and
people
pay
have
my
done
bills
this
and
sort
take
of
care of my
thing? I'm
family.
telling you, if it wasn't for this lovely young woman here, this hot mom, I'm not even gonna call her hot grandma,
My opinion
then
is,
guess what? This would still continue.
if you want to come compete with me in my business, it's almost impossible for you to get the license I have. There are 10 people in northern Nevada that have the license that I have. I can steal your car legally.
Yeah, there's a tow truck, yeah.
Well, I've got a non-consensual tow certificate of public convenience and necessity. Most of them are consensual only.
Yeah.
There's about 10 of us in northern Nevada that have the license I have.
It's non-consensual.
It's non-consensual, which means I can steal your car.
There has to be.
And you can't.
Well, I told you, you're up against this wall.
My personal view is, I think that anybody should be able to go start a business, do a business, and run a business, and the government shouldn't be able to come and mess with you.
Yeah.
On the other hand, these laws have protected me and made me money.
Yeah.
So my personal view is it's made me money, but is it really the right thing for what our society should be, which is competitive,
by dismissing it, it's a
free market,
it's an admission of,
and people can pick and choose the service that they want from.
when they dismiss it.
Exactly.
And so, in my opinion, this takes away that freedom. It infringes, in my opinion, it infringes on liberty, which is a constitutional right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no free commerce anymore.
No.
You have to have a license.
Everything is a privilege. And if you read the Nevada Constitution, under Article 1, Section 1, it guarantees us all the right to liberty, the right to acquire and protect property, and those are constitutional rights. And what my personal opinion is, again, these laws have made me money. I fed my family, raised a family because of these laws. But are they really the right thing?
And you would have done well without those, because you're good enough at what you do and stuff like that. You could
probably, yeah. But
and by the way, on our side, Jaden and Susie, they've only handed out one CPCN to a limousine company with 30 years. One. And then, I don't know, what you have to go through to get a CPCN, my personal tax returns for 3 years, audited. My business tax returns for 3 years, audited. I have to then have at least 3 months of cash in the bank at all times, just in case, so I can run my business. Like, well, I don't need 3 months of cash in there. I have credit lines and stuff like that. You also, I mean, they
drop it like it's hot, you can't get up again.
Yeah, and then guess what? When you're all done, your competitors get to decide.
That's right.
Whether you are allowed into the party. Why would they do that? Also, I have to prove that by coming in and operating my business, that I'm not going to hurt you.
Yep.
I have to prove it.
Yes.
Like, well, and you're going to say, well, I think that Steve's a good businessman. He's sharp. He's
So
smart.
you're lobbying to change all of that?
Well, actually, not really. You know what I'm lobbying to change? Let me do my federal license, because I don't want to put you. I'm not here to change your stupid state stuff.
Yeah.
You can be like that all you want. I don't agree with it. I think you're an idiot. That's fine. But that's not my thing. I have a federal license. You're the only state in the nation that violates my right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness by ignoring federal law. The only one. I think I told you who my attorney is.
Susie, do you know if that
Okay, that's off the record. Okay, do you think you'd take my case if I wasn't right? He said to me, Steve, he said, Steve, there's 3 things that I now know. 1, you're 100% right.
All right, since we're in Reno,
Number 2,
let's set the
you're being
over-under
screwed.
on the time.
3, you're being targeted. That's from the former attorney general thinking, this close to being governor, this close to being
I'm saying at 11:30.
I mean, how much more authentic can you get to hear it from him?
I say 11:30.
And if this doesn't, what we're trying to do right now, negotiate with the
We'll see you
NTA,
guys
if that doesn't happen, we're gonna go to federal court, and I'm gonna write out a
And then
check,
it'll
I'm
come
gonna write a
be
check
3
for
o'clock.
$250,000.
Our guys in
This
Vegas
is gonna
have
be
some
really
issues.
big, nationwide,
We're gonna
this
come
is
back
Spring
2
Court.
weeks.
And it shouldn't happen, all I wanted to do is do my job.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's
My license says I can do it, pre-booked,
genie.
pre-arranged, prepaid, coming, you know this, Drew, coming in from out of state, right? That means it's, because it's 2 modes of transportation too. It has to be air or ship or whatever.
I mean, it's whatever, that's what they're doing.
Sorry. If it's 2 modes of transportation by air, and you're coming in from Boston, you come in here next week, you with your significant other, you're coming in on Monday, you're leaving the following Monday, and you're going to stay at Edgewood or Hiding Kite Village. Not only is you're coming and going already legally okay, all transportation that whole week for you is interstate transportation, all of it. So by the way, we drive the Trumps, we drive the Zuckerbergs, we drive so many famous people that sometimes they're on the Nevada side, sometimes they're on the California side. Can you imagine, I say to Ivanka, sorry, Ivanka, the last 5 times on the California side, I can't do it this time.
And they can't do anything about it. Look at
You know, what's she gonna say, right? She's like, Steve, you know, we vetted you, we've been using you for years. We trust you. We can't, we don't want to go to some other company, right? I'm sorry, Ivanka, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, so either I said, well, Ivanka, it's legal. No one understands this. No one, because again, it's the only state in the nation that does this.
Oh.
Why?
Where?
Why would you do that?
Nevada Transportation Authority.
Oh.
We thought of a lot of great.
So I'll talk to you. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
of
really
course.
appreciate everything you're doing. I'm gonna donate to your cause too.
You're not supposed to tell me that.
Oh, I can't, really? Okay, strike that for the record.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, it was good to meet you.
I apologize, I didn't know. I
No,
couldn't-
you're okay.
A
Don't
battle
worry.
of attrition,
Thank you for
another one
coming.
bites the dust.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Are you gonna put this in your report that they're just kind of waiting?
Keep me updated. We will see. I will, talk to
I'm
my
putting the
manager.
over under on the time since we're in Reno and Pete Gamble.
Yeah.
The over under is gonna be.
So if we say anything in that courtroom, the only thing they can do is escort us out.
Yeah, so we're not gonna say anything. We're just gonna sit down.
I can't believe the way that guy stared you
Because I
down.
want to say something in the
Did you?
courtroom
Because he
about
was
that
staring
guy.
at you. Did you see
Oh, I
him?
saw.
So I went like this.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
And finally he looks at me and
I'll email you,
smiles.
kind of let
And
you
I'm
know
like,
what happened.
Okay, thank you.
And are we allowed to film?
you don't get to intimidate here today, friends.
We are.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
It might look good if
I
one of
would
us
love
get
to bring
escorted.
something up about the intimidation of this.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, where
That's
do
what I'm
you
thinking.
get
If I could say that and they escort me
You
out, it might be
intimidated
good.
my daughter after intimidating me, and now I watch you walk out into a hallway and try to
Because
intimidate
think
us.
about it, on any news clip, if someone gets up and says something, like this, they get escorted out, it makes the highlight of the news.
Yeah.
I come in after going down the stairs or whatever. and
What's his last name?
Truett?
The driver's
Adam
name
Truett.
is Truett.
Yeah.
He's
Right,
the one
and
who
whatever,
said that
he's
to
the
my
biggest-
daughter.
She
He's
wasn't
the one
getting
who's
drive.
gonna-
Then I'm laying down and I get up
Yeah.
again. And my
Yeah, by
clothes
the way,
are
I'm
not
public enemy
dry.
number one.
They're out
You know
of the
why?
dryer on the
Because, well,
sink.
you were. I know
In the
it.
bathroom.
Because they know that I am
So he
smart
takes
enough,
my
have
laundry
enough
out,
money enough,
leaves it on the
have enough
table,
intelligence
on the
enough,
sink.
have hired the right people around. They know all this. And they know that their
I
gig
put
is
them
up.
back in.
You've come a long way from
And started,
being, I'm
and then
gonna
I
show
come
up
in
in
again,
disguise, you
and
can't
the
use my
driver's
name to be in
doors
the
open.
Well, you know why? Because we didn't have enough in the line room. I had at least 20 or 30 people that
I didn't
promised
say
me
anything.
they'd be here today.
Yeah.
Promised. Oh,
He
Steve, I'll
didn't
do
even change
anything for
laundry.
you.
There's laundry in the dryer, in the washer.
There's 30 people here, I could have been in the back of the line. Since now, I might as well, and I actually didn't even tend to be in the front, I just happened to be standing.
Yeah.
But no, they don't like seeing me, and they don't like seeing you either.
I just thought it was an interesting time
Or
for
you.
him to pull you aside.
In the fridge, bone empty.
Yeah.
See,
I went to get some.
that was a business thing. Another thing that I was doing with my company, so right now I'm just doing my media thing, showing what's going on. That's why I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
That was with regards to a complaint that I'd filed against another carrier.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm conflicted. But on the other hand, I've got to protect my business. So just like carriers have filed complaints against you, I've filed complaints against other carriers for not following the rules.
Anytime he ever talks about it.
I think I separate the towing thing a little bit from the personal transportation thing. The liability with what I do is a whole lot higher, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, maybe not. You're transporting human beings. That's pretty.
Well, no, you're taking people's cars.
Yeah,
Right? That's a
I'm
big-
stealing-
As we know, losing your car is a big deal.
No, this is just your time.
Oh, just my time? Just me and you alone again?
You can't go?
Second date, I thought we were.
Yeah, Adam, way to intimidate.
says.
Awesome.
Let me know when the hearing is, but.
You wanna come in and talk to him?
I guess.
This is not for the public.
Is it the hearing before the
I know,
hearing?
but this is.
Second hearing?
This is what it gets
So
to
you
make
let
a
my
deal.
daughter
if
come
you
in
choose.
with
I've
you
already
before?
talked to you about the deal.
This is the attorney. Do you wanna speak with him or not?
Yeah, it's a public hearing?
This is your chance to speak with him. He wants to explain some
Okay.
things to you. That's it. If you wanna come in, everybody's not coming in.
Okay.
If you want her to come in,
I want everyone to
No,
come in.
it's just the respondent. This is
Okay.
Yeah, Adam, way to go, buddy.
You can come in when
I'm
we're
sorry?
Man, way to go. Way to intimidate people like Susie. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah. Good job.
I'm gonna go get another battery. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, see, okay, give me a high five now. Right? You have to be tough. You also have to be nice. Every meeting, we gotta be fun. Any other meeting, we're gonna put you. You have breakfast? We can go to, you have lunch, by the way, time this is done. Drew, can I treat you to lunch or breakfast after this?
What time is it here?
It's 10:06.
10:06.
10:06.
This is supposed to start at 9. They always, look, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I got up till 11:30 and then I can. So if we're before 11:30, yes. If we're after 11:30, I got.
Okay, well, we'll do it right.
I got to go run my business.
Me too. But again, I mean, this is, like I said, be respectful of people. If you pick the date, you pick the time, you pick the place, it's your offices, right? You know where all your paperwork is, you know all your stuff. Why do you have to do this to people? And they do it every time.
Yeah.
Every time. I've been here with my attorneys at one is $1,200 an hour, one is $1,000 an hour, one's $1,600 an hour, and then the consultant would cost me $10,000. They made us wait an hour. And I'm waiting, we're just standing out in this hall for an hour, wasting their time. I was just saying, the last time I had my hearing here, Susie, I had a $1,600 an hour attorney, a $1,200, $1,000, and then I had Gina Heisel. They made us stand in this hallway for an hour.
Sure.
It's like, I'm paying these people, right? And they don't care.
I've been there.
Yeah, they don't care.
They've written me citations over the years.
Yeah, and then you bring them in there, and they go, okay, that's enough out of you. That's not, well, excuse me, I'm trying to explain. No. The moon is made out of green cheese. You have Buzz Aldrin here, and you have other people here that have moon rocks. We're not interested. They came from somebody's backyard. Well, we have the proof. No, we don't want to see the proof. Like, okay. They can't even speak. They can't even speak. It's already been, like I say, it's a
They
fatal.
didn't even question my daughter going into my hearing with
Yeah.
me, so they're just being.
Yeah, well, today, because now they know this is ramping up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience.
Is the restroom down here, Susie, to the
You have to
left?
have a
You need a key, yeah. So if you
I
get
can get it.
here, I'll show you.
Okay. I've never used the restroom here.
So if you need a key, he can give you the key. Oh. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Life is good as long as you wake up. So do you live in Nevada or California?
I live here in Double Diamond.
Oh, okay.
I should be out looking for a job right now. It's frustrating.
Job market's tough right now.
Oh, it's so crazy. I'm a estate manager and a property manager, so that's not happening in this climate here right now. I was working at the Montreux for several years.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of tired of the rich and famous and their gentrification and elitism. So I'm trying to find something different. But Reno, it's like, yeah,
In my opinion, we're in a recession depression.
seriously. Like there's no one paying over $20 an hour here right now. It's amazing to me. So, but thankfully I have a closet full of hats. I've been a transportation coordinator, a driver, a bartender, property manager, been in real estate. So whatever does come up, you just put on the cap and wear it.
Do you still have the real estate license?
Huh?
Still have the real estate license?
No, I'm in property management, so I didn't have to have a real estate license. But I'm thinking about going and getting it now because it does open more opportunity as far as property management goes. So I may do that.
And like you're noticing, everything in the state of Nevada requires a license.
Absolutely.
Even if you're a bartender.
Well, there you just need your ServSafe card.
Your ServSafe card and your police background check.
I'm a bartender right now. I didn't get a police background check.
Which if you're in the city of Reno, they make you get a police card.
I haven't had anyone say that yet.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
I was working over at Dolce Vita, and now I'm at this little barbecue place called Barbecue Kitchen. I don't know if you know where it is on Virginia. It's delicious.
What up, go?
So I'm a part-time bartender there, but no one has ever mentioned a sheriff's card, a police card. Wow. Maybe they haven't gotten it out there yet.
or they haven't gotten in trouble yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But in all my days of bartending, I've never heard that before. That's
especially if there's gaming involved.
Oh, no gaming where I'm at, so maybe that's it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, Steve.
It's just yeah. Like I
You
said,
put this
every.
here
Oh, my kids are grown now.
Are they? Mine too.
Nope, everything is a privilege as opposed to a right.
The DOT
Yeah.
federal statement as far as connecting the transportation, right?
You guys ready?
Sure.
Just
Yeah,
a
let's go.
reminder, it's between him and the commission, and anything that gets outbursts or something like that, if the commissioner kicks you out, we have to tell you. Okay? Come on in.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
You know, statement. We should have brought that up to the news, right?
Well, good morning. Good to see you. A lot of people.
I feel like this might be some of your stuff. Because there's like at the back of this report. Sorry. There's a, I guess, that's
Let's do that afterwards.
I know, but.
This is what a good thing.
Yeah, I know, but it was connected to that report, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Mr. Zook, we got 2 other hearings. Are those?
Yeah, everything else is resolved, so this is the last matter for this morning, Your Honor.
Let me know when we're ready to go on the record.
As a way of housekeeping measure, I would like to note that the respondent has asked for invoking the exclusionary rule. So he's asking that while the 2 investigators, which are going to be Arnett and Truitt, testify, that the other one be outside the room.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Who are you gonna have first?
Truitt's going to go first.
Okay. So Craig, can you step out for right now? And then we'll call you when we're ready?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, ready to go on the record?
I am ready when you are.
Louis?
I'm ready.
Ready?
We're on the record. We're on the record.
Okay, good morning. We are on the record. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. The time is approximately 10:15 a.m. My name is David Gruber, and I'm a commissioner with the Nevada Transportation Authority, and I'll be the hearing officer today for this matter. This matter involves citation 24380. The respondent is Christopher Williams. Count 1 citation is for the violation of NRS 706.386, no CPCN. Respondent did act as a fully regulated motor carrier of interstate commerce, offering interstate transportation services without a certificate of public convenience and necessity. And count 2 is for the violation of NRS 706.758, unlawful advertising. Respondent did advertise intrastate passenger transportation via internet and Craigslist, all of which require a CPCN. I also have with me this morning Unique Wilburn, who is the administrative attorney for the Nevada Transportation Authority. At this time, we'll take the appearance of the parties. Let's start with the Senior Deputy Attorney General.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Louis Zoka, Senior Deputy Attorney General. Appearing with me in our Reno office are investigators Truitt and Arnett. Arnett is outside the room right now, and we also, I believe, Officer Cabrera in the room for general purposes. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Mr. Williams, if you would state your full name for the record, sir.
Christopher Scott Williams.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mr. Zoka, this will be a contested hearing.
A fully contested matter, Your Honor, relative to both citations, NRS 706-386, NRS 706-758.
Okay, Mr. Williams, do you have an attorney representing you today, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you do have the right to have an attorney present with you during these proceedings, so you're waiving that right and want to proceed on your own, is that correct?
Yes, I'll have an attorney on my appeal.
Okay, very good. I don't know what that means, but
Well,
if that's whatever.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Zoka.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. So I'd like to have the witnesses sworn in.
Well, let me do one thing. Mr. Williams, are you familiar with how these proceedings go?
I'm familiar with criminal proceedings, but not an admin proceeding.
They're kind of sort of similar, but not exactly. Real quick, let me just run through a list of things. The state will have the burden and will proceed first and present evidence and witnesses to support the alleged violations. As the respondent, you will have the opportunity to ask questions of the state's witnesses, but keep them in the form of a question and so we don't go on to a rambling story, okay?
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
After the state completes its presentation and rests their case, then you will have the opportunity to testify and or call your own witnesses and or present evidence that you wish to present. Then the state will have the opportunity to ask questions of your witnesses. So for both parties, all witnesses have to be relevant to this case. Finally, both parties will have the opportunity to make closing arguments. And we will start with calling witnesses. So do you have witnesses you're going to be calling today, sir?
Just myself.
Okay. So, Mr. Zoka, do we want to swear all witnesses in at this point?
I would say so. Might as well. Maybe we can have Sir Arnett come back just for some.
If you'll have Supervisor Arnett come back in just for a moment, please. So good morning, Mr. Williams, if you'll stand and raise your right hand, please. And so we'll be swearing in Christopher Williams, the respondent, Supervisory Investigator Arnett, and Investigator 3 Truitt. Gentlemen, you solemnly swear the testimony that you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. I do.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Please be seated. Mr. Zoka, if you want to proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So my first witness is going to be Officer Truitt. Officer Truitt, please state your full name for the record.
Adam Truitt, Truitt.
Who is your current employer?
State of Nevada, Nevada Transportation Authority. I have been so employed by them a little over 7 years.
Okay. Did you have an occasional report for duty on or about August 19, 2024?
That's correct.
How did you become aware of respondent?
A certificated carrier supplied numerous ads regarding Burning Man and people that possibly or would be doing trips, and advised that some of them stated cash amounts, some did not. I reviewed them all, and going forward I started attempting to make contact with the different parties that were advertising those trips.
Okay. Now, in this particular case, did you locate an ad on Craigslist for transportation of Burning Man?
I did.
Okay. And when you reviewed the ad, it was stating to provide transportation to Burning Man, correct?
It did. That's correct.
Did you reach out to the person posting the ad?
I did, in a text to the phone number of area code 480-770-3067.
Okay. And did you get a response to your text message?
I did.
Okay. And was there transportation agreed upon to be provided to Burning Man for you in your undercover capacity?
That's correct.
In the text messages?
Yes, we text.
Okay.
And then,
so
if I may, the closer it got to the date for the actual transportation, we were speaking by cell phones and by texting, yes.
And you prepared an investigative report in this matter, correct?
That's correct.
And you prepared that report during the course and scope of your employment?
That is correct.
And in sub-exhibit A in your report, it contains the Craigslist advertisement, correct?
That's correct.
And sub-exhibit B contains the text messages with the respondent, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So what happened next?
On the date of the 22nd, I received a call from the previously listed number that I just stated. Mr. Williams said he was available to take 6 people to Gerlach, to Bruno's Hotel, I believe it's Country Club and Motel, in his motorhome. I stated to him, would that be 100 per person or what amount? And he said 100 per person would be more than fine on the phone. Supervisor Arnett was sitting in the basic conference call that was on speaker. He heard the amount. He said the $600 would help him pay for his Burning Man ticket. I told him if he could, the sooner the better. We wanted to get out to Gerlach, and we agreed upon a time, I believe it was 1 o'clock, the same day, on the 22nd.
Okay. So was your pickup location in the state of Nevada?
Yes, it was. It was a Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada, 2500 East 2nd Street, Reno, Nevada. I believe it's 89... I don't have the zip code, but it has its own zip code in Reno. The casino.
Got it.
Yes.
And then the drop-off location with the transportation, Gerlach, that's also in the state of Nevada, correct?
That's correct. It was Bruno's Country Club and Motel located at 445 Main Street, Gerlach, Nevada.
And the respondent quoted you a price of $100 per person for a total of $600 with a $100 tip, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, in your report in Exhibit D, you have some pictures. Can you take a look at those?
Yes.
Okay. Is this the respondent's vehicle that he was driving at the time?
That's correct. This is the same vehicle that was in the ad. And then I believe he even sent me right before he came out to do the trip, he sent more pictures of this motorhome, I believe. But
So
yes.
a picture of this motorhome were included in text messages and were also posted in the ad, correct?
That's correct, yes.
And this is the vehicle with which you showed up to provide point-to-point transportation in the state of Nevada for compensation, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Does the respondent have a CPCN?
No, he does not.
Was the ride booked through Uber or Lyft?
No, it was not.
Okay. All right. And again, this report was prepared during the course and scope of your employment, correct?
That is correct.
Your Honor, at this point, I would move that the officer's investigative report be introduced into evidence as states exhibit number 1 with your permission, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, you have a copy of the report in front of you, sir?
I do.
Any objection to that being admitted as State's Exhibit 1?
No, not at all.
Okay, the report will be admitted as State's Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Your Honor. If you know Officer Truitt, why does the NTA regulate unlicensed transportation in the state of Nevada? What are the public policy concerns? Is it a concern that the driver of the vehicle be backgrounded?
Correct, yes. The NTA, anyone.
Is it a concern that the vehicle be inspected?
That is correct.
Is it a concern that the vehicle be properly insured, so if there's an accident, the people that get hurt get compensation?
Can I object?
Is that a public policy concern?
Can I object? Leading?
If there's a legal basis, go ahead.
Leading?
It's not leading, sir. Go ahead and
Okay.
proceed.
That is correct.
Please answer the question, officer.
That is correct.
So again, if you could, so can you explain the reasons for the law? If you know.
It's to protect the traveling public and to make sure that the drivers of commercial vehicles for hire have the appropriate insurance. They are inspected by either an investigator or compliance person at the NTA, and that the background check of each and every driver that's taking the traveling public meets the standard requested by the state. And they do a very thorough background check in terms of criminal history and priors on the individual who would be the driver of the company to be a certificated carrier with the Nevada Transportation Authority.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Williams, this is your opportunity to ask Investigator Truitt any questions you may have pertaining to this.
Pertaining to the report itself?
No, pertaining to this case.
Okay, okay. First of all, the question would be, did you ever see me driving on a Nevada roadway, on a public roadway?
Just at the GSR.
Which is private property, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so the answer would be no?
I did not, no.
Okay, perfect. Secondly, you say that the reason, one of the reasons that it's required to have a CPCN is to help protect the state against accidents and lawsuits and liabilities and things like that, correct?
Not protect the state, it's to protect the people that are in the vehicle, the traveling public.
Okay.
I mean, those people, if there was an accident in that motorhome and you didn't have insurance and you did a for hire, who would be responsible for that? The state's not. We're trying to protect the traveling public. That's our job. Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
So if I would have offered a ride for free, would it make those people more or less safe if the ride was free? Would it affect it?
In terms of what?
In terms of liability and people getting coverage and things like that. If I was offering a free ride, would it make those people more or less safe? Would it change anything?
Less safe if there was an accident. I mean, there's nothing, you're asking me a question. What protects these people that were flying in from all over the world to get into that vehicle that was not registered, had no insurance, to take someone from point A to B for monetary gain? If there's an accident, who's going to protect those people?
I'm saying if I picked up these people, was offering them a free ride out to Black Rock City to Burning Man.
I wouldn't have been involved in that. If
Okay,
that's
so
your question.
the really, we get
Objection asked and answered.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So to get to the heart of the matter, it's the taking of money that affects affects your office and enforcement.
The transportation for hire, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so it also says in the statute that the advertisement must be placed under a category of certified carrier, and it says that specifically in the statute. The ad that was posted.
Objection, the statute speaks for itself.
Okay.
You can ask the witness to provide his opinion relative to enforcement, but he's testifying.
Fair enough. So was the advertisement that I placed, was it under the category of certified carrier?
It's public advertisement, that's all I can speak for.
Okay, well, just want to reference the statute. At the very end of the statute, it says fully regulated carrier with or without any limiting qualifications. It's pretty clear, 706-758, paragraph 5. A, advertising includes, but is not limited to, the issuance of any sign, card, or device, or the permitting or allowing of any sign or marking on a motor vehicle or any building, structure, newspaper, magazine, or airway transmission on the internet or in any directory under the listing of fully certified carrier, which is in quotation marks, with or without limiting qualifications. So I just want to establish that for the record. Also, when you wrote your report, I noticed here that when you put in parentheses my response to your initial contact with me, asking, am I reading this right? Free shuttle, there are 3 of us interested. I put, my response was not free, but not 100. Are you guys listening? I hear a lot of papers.
I am.
Okay, good. I just hear a lot of papers.
Okay,
fair enough. Okay, I can give you the page number, I suppose. So I guess it would be Exhibit B in the text messages. So the first part.
Go to the page number on your bait stamp, please. It says NTA 0.
Okay, perfect.
Bottom right-hand corner.
On the actual report or on the text messages?
Yes, it's in the.
Okay.
Each page in the bottom right-hand corner has a number.
Okay.
You just reference that so I can find.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be on the original, on the main report, page 1, second paragraph, about the 3rd line down. When you see the not free in all caps quotation marks.
Correct.
Okay, so it seems to me that, you know, the not free is in quotation marks and it's all caps, which in electronic, you know, technical world means you're kind of yelling it or emphasizing that. And my position is that that becomes, in my opinion, prejudicial and also
Objection, testifying, argumentative.
Okay.
He has a chance to testify. This is time to ask questions of the witness.
Okay. And Mr. Williams, just for clarification, you'll be able to present your side at the end, so you could, that would be the prime time to bring that.
I'll just stick to asking questions. So
just keep to questions with Investigator Trudeau.
Officer Truitt, is there a reason that you put not free in all caps when on the actual ad and transmission it wasn't in all caps?
Just unusual, that's why I did it. Just unusual.
What was unusual? I had a proper vocabulary, which is the N and not capitalized, free, not emphasizing not free in the sense of yelling it. If you're putting not free in all caps, it emphasizes it, means you're kind of yelling it in a text message. Is there a reason that you
let's
added
keep
that?
it to Mr. Williams, just keep it to a question, please.
Is there a
You're
reason?
starting to testify. Let's
Okay.
keep it to a question.
Is there a reason that you use all caps in the not free statement?
Yes, because you said it's not free. That's why. Yes,
Okay.
that's all.
But is there a reason that it's
It
all
wasn't
caps?
free.
Is there a reason that it's all caps?
I think he just.
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
It's been asked and answered. Let's move on to.
I
the
didn't
next
understand the answer. Is there a reason that it's in all caps? That's the question.
It wasn't free, that's just, it's not free. And then you quoted a price that they were doing.
I'm talking about the all caps.
I know what you're saying, I can see it right here. All I'm saying is, you said it wasn't free. Yes, I highlighted that. I could have put it in red bold, but I did not.
Why didn't you?
I chose not to.
Ask and answer.
Do you think it could be? Do you think it could be prejudicial by putting something in all caps in parentheses when that wasn't actually the exact text of the evidence?
No.
You don't think it could be prejudicial?
Objection already
Just speaks
made.
for itself.
Okay.
Ask and answer.
Okay, fair enough. And also, you were mentioning that it was for 6 people for $600 plus tip. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But that was on the phone when we spoke.
Well, okay. Well, do you have any evidence of that? Do you have their phone recorded?
You said you did.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about what's in the evidence that you submitted, which is 3 people for
No,
$300.
it was a phone call.
Why are we testifying that and we're not
Objection.
testifying about this? I'm testifying about what's in evidence that you submitted in your exhibit.
I don't
You should not be
understand.
testifying at all. You should be asking questions.
I'm
You have
asking.
an objection to.
So let's
You be asking the question.
stop. Let's everybody take a break. Mr. Williams, keep it to questions. You are starting to testify.
Okay.
Save your testimony for when it's your turn. And I think you can do that.
I think I can.
Go ahead. I do.
So, in your report, you're talking about 3 people for $300, correct?
Correct.
So, I don't, where do you see anything about $600 for $700? I don't see anything in the report that's relating to that. Where are you getting that from?
Second paragraph, page 1. I spoke with Chris at 480773067 and we agreed upon the following. Pick up 822 at 1 p.m. at the GSR poolside parking lot. Address, zip code, transport 6 burners. And again, I spoke with you. Transport 6 burners, passengers to Bruno's Country Club at 445 Main Street in Gerlach. Chris quoted the price of $100 per person for a total of $600 and I said I'd give him a $100 tip. So it was a telephone call.
Okay, perfect. Is there a reason that, I mean, the exhibit reflects I guess it's splitting hairs, the exhibit talks about 3 people for $300 and it doesn't, other than the actual, in the report says.
Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams, what exhibit are you referencing, sir? When you reference an exhibit, tell me which exhibit and the page number.
So it would be exhibit 2 in the text messages. Talking about 3 people.
On page 2?
Exhibit 2, I believe it's page 2. The pages aren't numbered.
The bottom right corner, NTA 00.
My pages aren't numbered.
Investigator Cabrera, would you take a look at his report, please, and see if his pages are numbered and point out to him where the bait stamp is?
Okay, the report you guys have the NTA 001002. He doesn't have it. He only has the 1, 2, and 3,
Okay.
the first 3 pages of the actual written report.
Sure, you emailed
The
that.
narrative.
Huh? Sure, you emailed that. Yeah, let's get him a copy. We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
It's NTA 0.
So, Mr. Williams, I want to do that so that you can refer to either an exhibit number or a page number, and that way I can find it quicker. We're not in the same room together, and it'll make it a lot easier.
Thank you.
Rich, do you have a copy there with bait stamp numbers on it?
No, we don't. If one can get sent to
Okay.
it, I'll make a copy.
Mr.
I am sending a copy right now.
Got it.
Is email him one, if somebody can pull that up and print it for Mr. Williams. And, do you want to pause the record or just?
Whatever you like.
I'd like to go get a drink of water.
Oh, I think I would.
Can we take a break for a second?
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Email sent. Thank you.
We are still on the record. Give me a minute.
How's it going?
It's going.
You know what a good day is? Here's my philosophy. Any day you wake up.
Yeah, hey, or you're retired.
Well, you still gotta wake up after you retire. The problem is after you retire, a lot of people don't wake up and do more.
Feel that. My mom does noon.
Step out for a second.
I'll go see what they're saying.
Okay.
It'll make an interesting video.
Right. Not a problem. I'll let you guys in.
My camera's still. Beware the camera.
I just had to sit in here if somebody was in here, so.
Yeah, no,
All right.
I played this game a few years. Never played this game just about 20 years now.
Right. Almost more than I've been alive.
How's life for you?
Hi, Austin.
Doing all right. How's it going? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good?
Good.
Having a lovely day?
Yeah, you? Oh
Fantastic.
yeah, just lovely.
Yep.
Lovely, lovely.
Anything fun and exciting down there?
Oh. It's Vegas. It's always fun and exciting.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Craig wanted me to sit in here so that
Hey,
there
what's going on with your...
What was it?
No, I was just saying, what's going on with your guys' equipment that we have to keep doing these WebExes? It's just not working?
It's not ours. It's just the thing itself, I guess, is just so old that we just can't use the normal function anymore.
Ah, okay, got it.
Because it works in your guys' other room, like from here to there, and also from that
Yeah.
room you're in now to the other room works fine, but from that room to this room doesn't work.
Gotcha. All right. Yep.
Makes zero sense.
I'm gonna have Pete come by the office there and take a look at it, see if we can figure out why just between.
Sure you are. Sure you are, Jeff.
Oh, I am. He works in Carson City, but he lives right up the street from the office in Reno.
Well, there you go.
It would have to be before he comes to work or after he gets off work or leave work early to come by the Reno office.
All right.
Come back. Okay. Gotcha.
Good job, buddy. Trying, it's hard, you know, I get flustered, get emotional.
Turn it over.
There you go.
There you go, that's good, thank you. Did you get it away? Oh, I got it right here. Left that one there.
Either way, the fallout goes in our favor eventually.
Yeah, it's just creating a record for the neighborhood.
Oh.
Kangaroo court.
Did I take the kids to the dentist this morning? They're unhinged at the dentist. Unhinged.
A character assassination.
Yes. Yes.
Especially when you're real popular.
Does he want me to?
I'm just gonna submit the carpooling statute. It's really the only legal point.
It's reasonable too.
Yeah. Nothing to gain. Nothing at all. Nothing to lose, really. I mean, there's not.
Hey, Adam, I'll ask you something. Adam, can I ask you something? How many of these busted you do with these naive people? Just curious.
How many Burning Man people did?
Oh, you
got caught up?
left off, we were getting the
Well, that's a
report.
public record.
Yeah.
Does he have that now?
I believe he does. Public record.
You can't just tell us?
Where's the public service announcement?
Yeah.
Adam, does he have a report?
Got it, right here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rich.
Mr.
You're welcome.
Williams, real quick, if you look If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you see those NTA numbers.
Yes, sir.
Just refer to those in for exhibit numbers so that I can find it quicker and you don't hear papers rustling.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you very
As I look
much.
for it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Are we on, would we like to go back on the
Okay,
record?
we can get back on the record.
Okay, so just in the interest of time, I respect everybody's time.
We're back on the record.
I respect everybody's time and.
Mr. Williams,
Yeah.
Mr. Williams, 1 second. I just need to let you guys know we're back on the record, okay?
Okay, so we're back on the record. The time is approximately 10:47 a.m. And Mr. Williams, you do have a copy of a numbered report, that's correct?
Yes, sir. Nice, glossy, beautiful copies.
Okay. Very good. So you were asking questions and now you may go ahead and proceed. Just refer to those numbers in the bottom right-hand corner of the report where the exhibit numbers are both when you're directing us to something.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Officer Truitt, do you have any discretion when you're doing these sting operations? Do you have any discretion when a person shows up, or is it kind of a predetermined outcome when somebody shows up in one of these sting operations that they're going to get tickets and things are going to move forward?
Are we talking about impoundment?
Just discretion overall.
The authority, if you actually read NRS 706476, impoundment by the authority, we have to impound the vehicle.
Okay. Are you familiar with the statute NRS 706A.070?
I am not, no.
Okay. Can I?
Mr. Wade, 706A pertains to TNCs, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
And that does not pertain to this particular issue. That's a
Correct, Your Honor.
separate chapter for separate transportation.
Uber and Lyft and those companies.
Yes.
Well, I would like to submit, just for the record, what the statute says, just to put it on the record. Can I do that?
It's not relevant.
It
And
could
the
be.
relevance of it is,
Well, the relevance of it is.
I would have no objection, Your Honor, taking judicial, no objection, Your Honor, taking judicial 70.
correct. So we'll take notice of it. We know what it is. Go ahead with your questions. We'll move through this.
Well, I don't know what TNC means or Uber Lyft, but how I articulate the statute is that if you use a digital platform to create an ad for carpooling.
Your Honor, he's testifying of an objection.
Okay.
You can save this for his direct testimony.
I'll wait till I do
Questions?
that. Fair enough. All right, well, moving on. So, you didn't see, in order to be guilty of these, of the NO, of the 706-386, the person has to be driving on a public roadway in the state of Nevada, is that correct?
I don't know that the code actually states that.
He's
So,
asking for a legal conclusion.
Yeah, objection, that's for a legal conclusion.
okay, well, I'm gonna say that it says in the statute, 706-386, that the person has to be driving on a public roadway in the state of Nevada, what it says. And your testimony earlier, just to make,
It calls for a hypothetical. It calls for a hypothetical that doesn't even exist.
it's a
because
fact.
Unless he has jet engine, unless he has jet engines on this RV, there is no way to get that RV from the GSR to Burning Man without going on a public road. Unless he's got jet engines on that vehicle.
It's
And
possible.
wings that can fly.
Anything's possible with Burning Man. So, but for just for a legal, from a legal perspective, the vehicle has to be traveling on a public roadway in the state of Nevada. And Officer Truitt, you never saw the vehicle on a public roadway in the state of Nevada, did you?
He already answered that question.
He has already answered that.
The answer is no, so that's fair enough. And also,
I was at, well, I guess that's a legal question for down the road, but that's all the question. Let me ask one more question. When did you first observe the RV? When did you first actually see the RV, and where was it when you saw it?
It was traveling around the rear of the parking lot, over by the driving range, the golf driving range, so the lake, and it was heading towards the pool pickup area.
Which is private property, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I don't have any more questions for Officer Schubert.
Thank you, Mr. Zoka.
No redirect, Your Honor. And with that, the state rests, Your Honor. I would like to reserve the right to recall Officer Truitt for rebuttal purposes, along with Officer Arnett for rebuttal purposes. But with that, the state rests. Thank you.
Okay, so, Mr. Williams, the state is rested. It is your turn to present evidence, witnesses. If you want to call yourself, you can certainly do that.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I can call myself or just give a general testimony on the highlights of why I think that, you know, I'm exempt from these statutes and why it's just a general overreach. I mean, I don't.
Okay, and I'm going to give you some latitude in doing so. Just remember that Mr. Zoka will be able to examine you after you finish.
Okay, that's fair enough. So.
Okay, very good, thank you.
So, just a general narrative. I was coming from Arizona. I'm not from Nevada. Driving up through Reno. And going to Burning Man, had my tickets, had been planning for this all year. And I came to Reno, stopped to resupply, and I realized, because I had volunteer tickets to Burning Man, and I realized that there's no transportation up to Burning Man as far as the Burning Man Express vans go. And I put an ad on Craigslist in a carpooling situation to meet other burners and to give them a ride to and from the Burning Man event, simply as a service. And also I wanted to meet people that have common interests in the Burning Man, kind of the spirit of Burning Man. When I was contacted by several different people that were needing a ride, and my position is, which the record reflects, that I only needed $300 for a ride there and back. And I said, whether there's 10 people that I give a ride or whether it's 2 people. If it's 2 people, if you guys could help me out with $150 each, that would be great. If it's 10 people, $30 each, that would be great. That was my whole, my plan. My plan wasn't to make profit, it was to help to offset some of the costs. But at any rate, that was my disposition. And so when this happened, I was really surprised. And, you know, all of my gear and everything was in the RV. And I got pulled out of the RV. The RV was impounded. I found myself kicking the can down the road in Reno, not knowing anybody, with all my camping gear and all my tickets and everything were in the RV. And so it was, caused me, you know, honestly, some emotional distress. I mean, I slept on the park bench in Reno the first night, the night before the hearing, because I just didn't know what to do. And I only had like $1,000 in my pocket. I didn't want to spend all my money on a room anyways. So I went to the hearing. It took me about 6 days to get the RV out. I ended up paying a total with the NTA and the impound of about $800 and some odd dollars. I missed Burning Man. It's been a nightmare. You know, I don't want to get into what happened after. My RV all the gear was stolen out of my catalytic converter was taken off the RV, so it's been quite a trying time. To be honest, the only reason I'm here at this hearing today is because I really don't have gas money to get back to Arizona, to be quite honest with you. And so I understand the NTA's policy and philosophy, and I do understand the insurance thing and the liability. I get it, but I just feel like it was an overreach, and it caused me significant emotional distress. I mean, my whole place to live and all my gear and just everything was locked up, and I had nowhere to go. And even at the hearing with Officer Vaughn or Commissioner Vaughn, Tung or something, his name, I'm not sure, but he was a little bit flexible with me in reducing the fine to a point. But still, seemed to me that there was really no flexibility and no kind of compassion or empathy on my particular situation. And I just feel that I've paid enough, I've learned my lesson, I have performed a public service, I think, for the citizens of Nevada and Burning Man by making them aware of this. In fact, a lot of people can't even believe it. They think that I'm some kind of a scammer because it sounds so outrageous that they don't believe my story when I put it on Facebook, which is interesting to me. So I just feel that there could have been a little bit more discretion involved, not kind of a gotcha moment. And I just honestly feel that it's overreach. And I think there needs to be a little more discretion involved. And I just would ask for the mercy of the commission and the mercy of the state of Nevada I'd like to just wash my hands of this and move forward. But I just wanted to make an appearance for the principle of it. I just think it's overreach. And I understand the law and I understand the statutes, but I don't think it was designed for people like me that aren't even from here. It seems to me there's really no remedy if I was not to pay the administrative fees, because I don't have a Nevada registration, I don't have a Nevada license, I don't live in Nevada. And so it seems to me that although you could suspend something here in Nevada, I don't know if it forwards on to Arizona, but I just think that in a sense it could be, it's kind of a jurisdictional thing because I don't even live here. And so I just ask for mercy from the commission, and I honestly appreciate y'all's time, and I appreciate y'all's patience with me, not being kind of a legal scholar, but still being passionate about my case and my rights, and the overall kind of public service announcement or whatever kind of exposure that this gets could shed some light on really what it is to have a CPCN and really what all of it involves, because I believe that this is the only state in the country that has an authority like this. And I just ask for mercy from the court to just relax on the fines. I don't have any money. I'm just trying to get back to Arizona. And thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Zoka, do you have any questions of Mr. Williams?
Just a couple. May I, Your Honor? Mr. Williams, how did you get your RV to the Grand Sierra Resort?
I plead the fifth.
Sorry, Your Honor, I apologize for.
Well,
am I allowed to plead the fifth?
I have no further questions, Your Honor. I have no further questions. Thank you.
We'll take judicial notice that it did not fly.
Well, Burning, have you ever been to Burning Man? It's kind of crazy, but it didn't fly. It doesn't fly yet.
It will.
There you go.
Nothing further for this gentleman, Your Honor. I think he said everything that establishes the violations, both relative to the advertising and the transportation. So I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay. At this point, we'll go to closing arguments. So, Mr. Zoka, we'll start with you.
Your Honor, I'm not going to belabor this. You're familiar with the statutes involved here. By the very own testimony of the respondent, he establishes that he advertised for transportation and that he was there to provide transportation. That's all that's required. He does not have a CPCN. He does not have commercial insurance. No CPCN was marked on the vehicle. Not only was the impound property, which has already been adjudicated, but these citations are proper. So I have nothing else to add, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Williams, you have a chance to do a closing argument if you want to go ahead and give one.
Okay. Well, my closing argument would be A, I didn't advertise under the caption of certified carrier. B, I did not operate a vehicle on a public roadway in the state of Nevada, period. Can be proven, facts not in evidence, bottom line. And at most, it could be a conspiracy to transport people. I never transported one single person in the RV. It was not ever seen on a public roadway in the state of Nevada, and I didn't advertise under the certified carrier as far as the advertisement goes. Overreach, it's tyranny, and it's and the fact that he manipulates the evidence of being not free in all caps, that manipulates the evidence. It's prejudicial, it's deliberate, and it is not being honest, and it's not submitting honest evidence. So based on that, I think these should definitely be thrown out in the interest of a public relations nightmare and potential blowback with the appellate, if there is one. I would submit that sometimes it's better just to move along and not try to be right all the time. That's all.
Quick rebuttal, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So on the issue of tampering with evidence that he's alleging, the respondent is alleging, the actual text message that the investigator referencing is in the report. So he is not saying something other than what's in that text message, number one. Number two, relative to the issue of that he's alleging a tyranny, the Nevada legislature is a duly elected body. They made this law. There's no tyranny here. We're enforcing the laws enacted by the legislature. On the issue of public roads that he's alleging, unless this vehicle has wings and a jet engine, there's no way that it can get between Burning Man and the Grand Sierra Resort. And finally, relative to the advertising violation the issue that he brought up, he referenced a different part of the statute. There's an or there. That could go any of those could be a violation. We're bringing these charges under subsection 1, which is he advertised services for which a CPCN is required, and he did not have such CPCN. That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
My attorney, any comment?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Williams keeps referencing that he needed to prove, in order to be guilty of 706.758, he needed to advertise in a directory under the listing of fully regulated carrier. Because he's not a lawyer and doesn't understand how to read a statute, as Mr. Soka just pointed out, it says on the internet or in the directory. So on the internet sits by itself. He advertised on the internet, which is what Craigslist is. He is therefore guilty.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing from us, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. After listening to the hearing, to the testimony, and the evidence presented, my findings are as follows. I found that the violations have occurred, that the respondent understands the nature of the charges and the consequences. The state has established substantial evidence, reports, testimony, and exhibits that the citations are proper. Mr. Zoka, I will hear from both you and Mr. Williams after you, but I would like to hear what your recommendation is, and then I want to hear from Mr. Williams on the fines.
Thank you, Your Honor. Relative to the advertising violation, we're asked for a $1,000 fine. The entire amount suspended for a period of 2 years, provided no further violations of these statutes. And then for the violation order 706-386, a fine of $5,000 fine, of which $4,500 is suspended for 2 years, provided no further violation of the statutes. Provided the respondent does not violate these statutes in the next 2 years, he will have to pay a $500 fine. That would be our recommendation. Thank you.
Okay. Bear with me one moment, Mr. Williams.
Do you want me to go get the, I think it was exactly the same. I think it was this.
I'd just like them to be in sync. Okay. Mr. Williams, go ahead, please.
I think that's a generous and very gratuitous offer from the state. I appreciate that. I would gladly accept that. However, if there's an adjustment, if I could do some kind of a community service in the city of Reno over the next, however long you guys want to submit, I would like to embrace the community in the sense of service, because the community actually has come out and support me quite a bit during this this trying time, and I feel like I might want to stick around for a little while and just get to know the people of Reno, because they have been very responsive to my cause. And if I can do some community service, then that would be great. If not, then you know, I'll pay the fine. That's all, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Anything additional from you, Mr.
No, Your Honor.
I think I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Williams. I think what the NTA will offer you, we're not really set up for community service, but we can offer a payment plan. So once you receive the final order, which I don't know when that's going to come out exactly, we will need an address from you before I forget, or at least if you move around, just let the NTA know where you're going to be. But on any fines that will be administered today, you can certainly have a payment plan through the NTA. So for count one, for the violation of NRS 706.386, no CPCN, I'm going to accept the recommendation of the Deputy Attorney General, which will be a fine of $5,000 with $4,500 of that held in abeyance. As long as no further violations of NRS Chapter 706.386 occur within 2 years and there is timely payment of the fines. So, a couple things on that, Mr. Williams. Don't do this again in the next 2 years, or they can call the remaining $4,500 forward. Okay?
I understand.
Once you receive the order in the mail from the NTA, don't ignore it. If you do, then the fines can go to the full amount again.
Okay.
All right? So just pay attention to that. On count two, for the violation of NRS 706.758, unlawful advertising, my recommendation to the authority will be a fine of $1,000 with all $1,000 held in abeyance suspended if no further violations of NRS Chapter 706.758 occur within 2 years and there is timely payment of the fines. So again, pay attention to that. Don't violate that within the next 2 years, or the full $1,000 can be called forward. Just a couple of things, you know, a lot went back and forth about why do they issue citations on these, and it is a non-discretionary matter on the impound part of it, sir. So very important. The writing public is number one for us. And your vehicle, in this case, didn't have a registration, you didn't have insurance. It's really not set up to be a passenger transportation vehicle. It didn't have an inspection on it. You didn't have the proper driving permit for that. So these are all issues as to why these type cases happen. And I see that you know, you've been asked by people, according to what you said about this case, so let them know that it is a violation. I hope you will let them know that it is a violation.
I will.
Pay attention to these things.
And I'll also let them know that that you guys are fair, and that I feel like this hearing went great as far as the fairness, which I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting a kangaroo court, and I'm pleasantly surprised by y'all's patience and professionalism with a jackass like myself in here running my mouth, not really knowing what I'm talking about. I really appreciate your all's patience. And at the end of the day, I feel like you guys do have empathy and compassion for the small guy. And I feel like you kind of see my point. But at the end of the day, I violated the rule. And, you know, I got to pay. And I'm happy to do that.
And just to let you know, Las Vegas is a little different situation. Illegal passenger transportation is out of control here. We've had drivers kidnap people, take off with them in the car, try to run over people.
Was
all
it free
kinds
though?
of things.
The child died, yeah.
Yeah, and they're involved heavily with human trafficking. So for that reason, we have really stepped up the game at the NTA. Reno will probably follow suit with that at some point in time, but the fines here are substantially higher. So had this occurred in Las Vegas, it would have been a lot higher. But I do appreciate your candor on this, and
Mr. Williams, just a couple things. They mentioned the general session, which is a public meeting where you can come and address your citation if you want to. I'm going to get this order drafted up today, so it will be put on the next general session, which is October 3rd. That's held in Las Vegas, although Reno's office does have a WebEx set up for it. So if you want to attend, you can attend through the Reno office. Number two, can I get a good mailing address for you so we make sure that this order doesn't get lost in the mail and you don't get penalized?
Sure, I think it's the same address y'all have on file, the 450 North Arlington Avenue, Unit 811.
Okay.
And then Reno, I'm not sure of the zip code.
I believe it's
We have
89502.
I have 501, so do we know which it is?
I thought it was
What was it?
89503, to be honest.
What was the address again?
450
Well.
North Arlington, 4th and Arlington.
89501, I think, over there.
89501, I think it'll get
I
there.
think that's 501. You're right downtown there.
put all three and we'll make sure that it arrives somehow.
Downtown's
Okay,
501.
anything additional?
Nothing from us, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, thank you. If there's nothing further, this hearing is over. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave this link up for the afternoon, gentlemen in Reno, okay? But I'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Thanks, man.
Did I guess right, Drew?
That wasn't bad.
501?
Good job. Whatever. No hard feelings, Mr. Truitt. Just fighting for the man, the little man. Myself. No legal scholar, but next time I do my little stint in prison, I think I'm gonna go to legal, get a degree.
That legal.
The last time, el tiempo última yo en la cárcel, yo comprende and aprender español. So it's no tiempo por nada. So I appreciate you guys, man. It was fun. It was real, and but it wasn't real fun. I appreciate it. No hard feelings, guys.
Take care.
Have
The
a
bottom
good
line
day.
is, why don't you guys have public service announcements
Yeah.
for these innocent people? Why don't you? Why don't you don't give speeding tickets without speed limit signs. Parking tickets without no parking signs. Click it or ticket. You guys spent no time letting the public know these innocent people that just want to have a little gas money. You preyed upon the poorest, the lowest people in this, going to Burning Man, not the wealthy, just trying to get a little gas money, just a little camaraderie. And that's fine if it was illegal, but you never let anybody know. You just played the gotcha game. That's not cool. That's not good. And there's a higher power, a higher authority. At least tell someone. Okay, at least tell someone, hey, if you do thus and such, that's not legal, and then we'll bust you. You didn't spend not one ad, not one place, not one post for anything. And all these people, I don't know how many you got, but every one of them has a sob story. So he missed that part of it. We did talk about it. He did know that, and he forgot to make that testimony. That's pretty sad. You prey on these people that just wanted to go to the burn.
I'll let the authority know.
Yeah, well, no, we're going to let them know too.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Steve.
Exactly.
Have a good day.
I wouldn't feel good about what I did if I was you. Yeah.
Glad you feel good.
Huh.
Hey, Drew. I love Chris, but I did chastise him. I said the point I wanted him to make was two. One is no public notice. That's what I said at the end of the thing.
Yeah.
Why? Look, there's a handicap spot.
Yeah.
Just be little. When people say, well, to be ignorant of the law is no excuse. Okay, but why do we have speed limit signs then? Why do we have stop signs? Why do we have click it or ticket? Drink and drive? Why do we have all this stuff? You are preying on the innocent people that are coming in from out of state that just want a little extra money for Burning Man, and all these people are like him. No, they're the lowest.
Nobody knows the fucking rules that this unknown agency has except for assholes like me, because we're in this business.
That's right.
And we found out the hard way about the fucking rules.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is where's your PSA? You're baiting this man. You're offering him more money to make sure you get him, so you make sure he got you. And there's 100 people like this guy that live hand to fucking mouth, that all you have to say is, hey, just so you know, that's illegal, this internet.
$100,000 for them.
Well, what I'm saying is they play gotcha. Burning Man is so important to this economy, and you're cherry picking off a few people at the lowest end. I don't think that's a pejorative, Chris, is to put down. But I'm saying they're not out.
One taxi and one guy that's really in violation for 10 grand. Why are they going to?
Yeah, exactly. So in other words, we know that. Like if you're
one tow truck guy.
Right.
But if you're in violation, you're in violation.
Yeah.
You know this, Drew. If you're an Uber driver and you're doing that off the Uber, it's illegal.
They screw you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine. It should be. But some guy coming in and just want a little gas money, little external money. That's the point that I would have hammered in there. I wanted to yell it. I said to those guys at the end, didn't mean anything to them. But it's like, if you're going to do this, then tell people. Let them know. Right?
And at least Brewer didn't screw you too bad. $500.
But you know, Drew, it's the same penalty he gave every. I didn't give a fuck what he said.
I think they gave Susie $1,000 fine.
No, they reduced it.
Did they?
Yeah, to 5.
Good. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's the best stuff could have gone. I don't think they could have dismissed it, because then it would have made him look.
I've had a certificate of public convenience and necessity for a couple of decades. That's why all these people know me.
How much is it? Is it like $100 a year is all it is?
No.
But besides that,
To get what I have is almost impossible.
It is impossible.
I'm one of 10 people in northern Nevada that can non-consensually take your vehicle. Tow truck company can. I'm A&A Towing. There's about 10 of us. There's 8 males and 2 gals that have these licenses for the towing part. And as he can tell you, getting the limo license is even harder.
1 in 30 years. 1 in 30 years.
It's even harder. This agency nobody really knows about. They created 706A is the transportation network company portion of the law that you were trying to get into.
They shot down.
Yeah, because you're
it said also says carpooling. That's the part.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. $500.
Yeah, no, it's great. They don't even have any really standing anyways. I mean, even if I didn't pay it. But let me ask you this on a different thing. So do you have a tow truck yard or something? I need somewhere to park this RV. Somebody's stolen the catalytic converter off of it, and I want to park it somewhere where it's not going to get like towed again, whatever.
If it gets parked in the tow yard, it's going to get stolen off.
There's nothing left.
I'm just telling you, if you park it, it's liability for me.
Yeah.
My insurance is, I spend $1,000 a day on fucking insurance. Every morning I wake up and touch the ground, I give the insurance company $1,000 fucking dollars.
You know what I give them? $500 a day.
Because
that's what I'm saying. $500 a day.
Another RV on your property doesn't cost you anymore, does it?
I just need to where I'm at in life for me, and this is nothing against you. Before the pandemic, I was running 35 trucks between here and Las Vegas and 3 different cities, and I'm down to 5 trucks and 4 employees, and I don't want liability, and I don't want drama, and I just want. I'm trying to make this my life instead of running equipment and trucks.
Have you become monetized on YouTube? How many views or whatever does it take to get monetized?
Hold on a second. I know he has to go. Can I treat you to lunch? Can you go?
What time is it?
I got to play DJ, the best Chinese food in the country.
I gotta be at my auction at noon. I got 35 minutes to get up there.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it. Yeah. So
I gotta go sell some shit.
We'll pick up this.
We can do that later, but yeah.
I know about probably 90% of the answers that he's gonna ask you.
Okay.
Of the questions, just like vice versa.
Yeah.
I was asking about the monetization on Google.
Oh, monetization for YouTube. I think they changed it. Right now in the last 48 hours, I've got about 70,000 views on my channel. I've got 20,000 subscribers or whatever you want to call it.
Thumbs up.
I don't make a whole lot of money on it. Really,
$100.
Yeah, you got to get in the millions of views.
Like Long Island on it, he's got a lot.
Yeah, he's making 10 grand at least a month, 20 grand a month.
And then the settlements that he's getting that seems like it's getting a lot.
Those are hard.
Yeah.
Those are hard. I've got a couple court cases and they've been out there for a while and they're going to be out there
The
for.
lawyers win on those. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pro se on some of them. I've got my attorney helping me on other stuff, but
yeah,
paying my attorney and getting the attorneys to do these is almost impossible.
Pro se petition.
Yep.
Or petitioner pro se.
And I did get the Supreme Court of Nevada. I got them to make a decision. They told me they ruled that the Washoe County and the Secretary of State's fucked up on our primary election.
Yeah.
I was a candidate.
Hey, I know. Too bad you didn't get elected.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I spent $2,500 and got 25% of the vote roughly.
Yeah.
The incumbent spent $58,000 and my name wasn't on part of the ballot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think I did too bad.
Can you run again?
Oh, I'm going to, yeah.
I'll help you.
So you're gonna put this up on your channel next couple of days, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can watch part of the live stream. It's already up there. Till the live stream died. Yep. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.